Hey everybody, Chrissie Mayr hosting tonight for Tim Pool. Welcome to Timcast IRL. Tonight, we'll be talking about a Maryland man charged for attempted murder for Trump's budget chief, Russ Vought, over a fear of a fascist takeover. Also, Minnesota citizens have banded together to form a blockade against ICE. But guess what? You can't stop ICE because the ICE man cometh. Also, we'll be talking about a New York jury awarding $2 million to a teen girl who formerly identified as male, the first ever of its kind in a malpractice case. But before we kick it off, let's introduce our very special guest, Adam Johnson, the lectern guy, the podium guy, my fellow ginger.
How are you doing, Chrissy?
Tell the people who you are.
Oh, my name is Adam Johnson. You know me as Lectern Guy on Twitter at Lectern Leader. I have a book that I just released a couple of months ago. You can buy that on unlicensed.furnituremovers.com. I'm also running for Manatee County Commissioner, District 6. It's a very fun race. It's local. Everything starts in your backyard. That's why I'm running. You can help me with my campaign by going to voteadamjohnson.com. Give me some donations so we can do things like get yard signs, get some volunteers, knock on doors, and we're going to win.
Awesome.
Hey, buddy. Ian Crossland in the house. Come check out my stuff at Ian Crossland on YouTube, X, Instagram, and go to graphene.movie. Check out the new documentary I'm working on. It's all about nanotechnology and graphene. Graphene.movie. We got Carter Banks.
What's up? I'm Carter Banks, multi-instrumentalist and producer of music at Timcast. I got a new song out this evening at midnight. We'll talk about it later, but yeah, pumped to be here. You can follow me at Carter Banks.
You know, before we get started, too, and we're going to go to Phil here in a second, I said I was going to do this, pump out the Discord. If you guys haven't been to timcast.com yet and signed up to become a member, do it, and then on the left, you're going to see Discord is one of the links. Click there, join the Discord, because that's where we go live before we get started on IRL, about 6:30. We do a pre-show where we interview cast members. It's really cool. And then, of course, after the show, we've got the late show uncensored on Rumble. So you go there, timcast.com, sign up, join the Discord. The link is on the left. Thanks a lot. Phil.
Hello, everybody. My name is Phil Labonte. I'm the lead singer of the heavy metal band All That Remains. I'm an anti-communist and a counter-revolutionary. Let's get into it.
All right, guys. Maryland man is charged with attempted murder for... No, we have an ad read.
It is Qualia Stem Cell. Check out qualialife.com/Timcast for up to 15% off on your order. Can you remember a moment when your body just didn't heal like it used to, maybe after getting sick or pushing yourself physically? Turns out the secret to healing, recovery, and resilience isn't just luck, it's stem cells. This is your body's built-in repair crew, but as we age, the system slows down. Fewer cells, weaker signals, slow recovery. This is exactly why Qualia Stem Cell was created. Your cells are powerful. Make sure they stay that way with Qualia's innovative new stem cell formula. Qualia Stem Cell supports your body's own stem cell system for healing, recovery, and renewal without actually providing stem cells. Think of stem cells as your body's repair crew, and Qualia Stem Cell helps them do their job better. Crafted with nature's most powerful healers, like sea buckthorn and royal jelly, so you're ready to take on what's next. You don't have to accept slowing down. Help your body renew itself by reactivating the systems that keep you moving, healing, and thriving with Qualia's stem cell formula. You only need to take it 4 days a month, preserving your body's regenerative capacity over time. So if you ever felt a little like your body just doesn't bounce back the way it used to, whether it's after a tough workout, getting sick, or just the wear and tear of life, this is for you again. Check out qualialife.com/Timcast. And as a bonus, if you use the code Timcast, again, it's an additional 15% off your order. That is QUALIA life.com/Timcast. But now, back to the show.
And we're back. Now we can talk about this. A Maryland man was charged with attempted murder for targeting Trump's budget chief, Russ Vought, fearing a fascist takeover. Gee, do we think the mainstream media is covering this? I doubt it. Colin DeMarco allegedly appeared at the residence last August wearing gloves and a surgical mask. He's a 26-year-old man facing attempted murder charges after allegedly traveling to the North Virginia home of the Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought with the intent to kill him, according to court records and law enforcement sources. Colin DeMarco was arrested on January 22nd by the Arlington County Police and is charged with multiple offenses. He's scheduled to appear in court February 23rd. Court documents identify the intended victim only as RV, described as a presidential appointee. Sources familiar with the case confirmed the target was Vought. Ian, does this sound to you that things are heating up? I mean, we've had how many attempted murder events do we need before? I mean, do we think it's going to take something horrible happening before? I mean, can we crack down on this, preemptively, or is it just we have to let it play out?
You can't really crack down on it till after it happens, unfortunately, which is why politics isn't the best piercing mechanism to stop this stuff. I think it really is up to the job of people in the media. Like you said, is the mainstream media even covering this? We have a duty sitting on a show like this. Anytime you go live, anytime you talk to the world to de-escalate these things. You said this happened late January, so that was like 2 weeks ago this happened. A lot has changed in 2 weeks, but it's definitely indicative of a trend that I've seen. That
he
I'm
was
watching.
in the leftist costume of gloves, sunglasses, and surgical masks. So at least he was protecting himself from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they typically wore unicorn outfits and hammers.
You know,
He
the,
must have
the office of
forgotten
the CBO is not a particularly high-profile part of the federal government, so I wonder if this guy has some kind of problem that he sees with the funding of something, like something that a family member was getting that got cut, or something like that. Because again, usually if someone's going to go after a member of the administration, they're going to go after someone that's a little more high profile, just because they want the attention. The director of the CBO. It's not like most people
This
don't
is
know.
the first I've even heard of this
position.
position.
Yeah, exactly. Most people don't even know what the CBO is, right?
Yeah.
Congressional Office of Budget Management. Like, it's not very high profile. So I wonder what his motivation is. I wonder why it was Russ that he picked out.
Maybe something he cared about got doged away, or
I wonder
cut.
if it's reminiscent of Luigi as well, because
I was
Luigi
going to say some kind of Luigi
Mangione
Mangione situation.
Oh, he's trying to be like a Wish.com Luigi Mangione. Oh, wait. Well, investigators say DeMarco later admitted to going to the residence to confront Vought over Project 2025, a conservative policy initiative associated with the Heritage Foundation. He denied having a weapon or intending to harm anyone. Well, I guess there's our answer. All that propaganda coming to a head, it seems. It's just...
But even the exactly like this says, Project 2025 was a think tank thing.
It's kind of old, too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the left was freaking out over Project 2025. And if you honestly, like the stuff in Project 2025, like I didn't read a whole lot of stuff in it that I didn't like. Most of it was like pretty boilerplate conservative type stuff. So I think to Ian's point, like, the way that the media kind of portrays any kind of cuts or basically any conservative policies, they frame it as if it's the end of the world, that there is somehow going to attack minorities. It's somehow motivated by evil, as opposed to motivated by trying to maybe manage the national debt, balance the budget, those kind of things. So it could be just a situation of this guy got riled up by the media.
And this really is juxtaposed to what Virginia's trying to pass, those 20 some odd bills they tried to pass this past couple of last month, right? Mm-hmm. And some of these things were like, full-term abortions. We're not going to have anyone outside the polling places enforcing, immigration status. I mean, they actually are proposing things that are actually evil. Project 2025 says we're just going to follow the Constitution and the laws that are on the books and make sure we enforce them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, there's nothing that's particularly offensive in Project 2025. It's pretty boilerplate conservative stuff. So I'm not sure what it was that he actually had a problem with. Again, it's a pretty big document. Like there's a lot of things that they talked about, but it was still just an outline of things that conservatives would like the federal government to do. They'd like to see the administration do. It wasn't some kind of, guarantee that it was even going to happen by the administration,
Yeah, the most I remember of Project 2025 is mainly just Trump having to denounce it eventually, because they were trying to come at him with, but this.
Yeah,
Right.
because the way the left characterized it was they were going to take away all your rights. It's going to be what's that stupid movie they always dress up in, the red dresses?
Oh, Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale. It's going
Great
to
show.
throw women under the bus and all of this stuff, because it's going to make us a Christian nationalist nation and blah blah blah. Doing all the fear mongering stuff, and obviously that has not come to pass. It's exceedingly unlikely that it will come to pass, because that's not even Donald Trump's Like that, Donald Trump's not that guy. They want people to think that he's some kind of evangelical or what have you because the evangelicals support him. But evangelicals support him largely because he appointed conservatives to the bench and the SCOTUS and got Roe versus Wade overturned. It's not because they're like, man, that guy's got a wholesome family life. Everyone's aware of Donald Trump's sordid past, and the evangelicals are looking at him and they're like, well, it's better than trans and the kids.
He's never pretended to be a perfect Christian man. He's even been reported once saying, like, I don't know if I would go to heaven. Like, I don't know if I'll make it in. But he's still a 90s Democrat, right? 90s liberal. My favorite reason to watch Home Alone too, honestly.
But I mean, to your point, like if you look at the stuff that he talks about when he's talking about immigration, these policies that we have now, they were all passed with bipartisan support, right? And they're the exact same policies that Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all the Democrats 15 years ago were like, this is how we're going to deal with illegal immigration. We're going to build some kind of barrier. We're going to build a fence. We're going to do all this stuff. And then after Barack Obama's first term and woke kind of sensibilities took over the country, that's when it was like, oh, these things are verboten. You can't talk about building a barrier. Oh, no one's illegal on stolen land, and there should be no borders in the world. You should be able to travel freely. Blah blah blah. I mean, even Bernie Sanders said, look, the no borders, the every illegal immigrant coming in. That's a Koch brothers policy, and then I'm against it because it hurts the workers in America. Like that was his policy position for the longest time until those two women of color got up on stage and kicked him off of his own stage.
Oh my God,
pussy!
He got stood up. Apparently, the law enforcement officials did find drafted notes referencing a manifesto, a weapons stash, and a document titled "Body Disposal Guide." Whew.
Smart.
Vague.
I mean, you got to title that something else.
Like nothing. Like don't have a title on the book at least.
Yeah.
It's
like someone else's
Title
diary.
it, I don't know, Christmas wish list. I don't know.
He bought a small pig farm.
A search of his iCloud account allegedly revealed references to firearms, including a .357 Magnum Colt revolver. A partial search of his residence did not recover weapons, but probably tons of anime. Just kidding. Complaint also cites social media and Discord messages in which DeMarco allegedly expressed violent thoughts towards Trump. Surprise, surprise, and discussed locating Vaught's address. Yep, and like you said, he reportedly admired Luigi Mangione.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Gay.
Yeah.
So gay. so gay. I want to be a Mario.
I love the article here. It says fully preloaded. 357 Magnum. What does that even fully preload? It's either loaded or not loaded.
Yeah, that's like 6 bullets max, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like an adult film.
Insinuating he was going to unload the
Was
gun
it
on
cocked? Like
No.
the hammerback?
This is a family show, Carter.
Preloading it kind of indicates that he's intending to use it.
Yeah.
If you preload a weapon, you're doing it for a purpose. If you're just loading the weapon, it
What's
doesn't
the
mean
difference between
I mean-
preloading and loading? It's like pre-boarding and boarding.
So I mean, he had an extra 6 bullets in his pocket, or
I don't know. I'm not
It
really.
just goes down to the people who write these
Diving
articles have no idea about firearms
Yeah.
or anything whatsoever. Preloaded. They all say he has a weapon
This is
stash.
a post-millennial. This is a very highly regarded.
Phil, what is a
News
stash of
outlet.
firearms? How would you define
Preloaded probably meant it was loaded when he got picked up, so he loaded it before. He didn't show up and have an empty gun with bullets on the side and was going to load it on scene or whatever. Most likely.
You're
But
right.
I mean,
I
look,
thought men liked to unload themselves before a date.
anybody that carries a gun or whatever, you're going to have it loaded, right? Like the last thing you want to do is be like, oh, I need a gun. Let me, shoot.
Hold on a second
Especially-
there.
especially a
Hold
wheel-
on.
especially
Don't
a
murder me
wheel
just
gun,
yet.
you know?
Let me just...
So
Wow. Yep, and court records state DeMarco previously told law enforcement he feared Trump's reelection would lead to a fascist takeover.
Yeah.
In November of 24, he was detained under a, guess what, mental illness emergency petition after telling police he wanted to die following the election. All right, get in the pile with everybody else. Just move to Canada, move out of the country. I'm going to die. I can't survive. Trump won.
tale as old as time.
Song as old as tune.
Rhyme.
Well, Trump won the popular vote, so by definition, these people who are coming out here doing these things, the people who are doing the violence against ICE, they are the actual fascists because we won the popular vote. Everything that's happening right now is what everyone voted for in majority.
Yep.
So we are, by definition, not the fascists.
Well, I brought up before, I voted for Trump actually this time particularly because I wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris and the imperial candidate being without a primary. But I didn't vote for carte blanche with Trump. I voted to give him the authority to do the deportations, secure the border. But if he goes haywire and starts commanding people to massacre dudes on the streets to collect I'm going to speak up against it still. So he still has a threshold of decency.
Yeah.
Of he's got to meet legality. He's got to meet morality.
I think
It sounds like you're coming out in support of the guy that was going after Russ Vought.
Yeah, you're like, he had some good points.
No, I'm just saying the rhetoric of Trump got the popular vote, therefore everything he does is fine is not. It's a fallacy. He still has a threshold of things he can and shouldn't do.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's limited by law.
He's followed the federal judges who are, in my opinion, should just be overlooked. And also, just an interview, I think it was today or yesterday, where he said he's calling the mayors, he's calling the cities, he's asking permission to come in there. So he actually is doing things, I think, pretty amicably. He's not forcing his way into places, but we have problems.
Just because the narrative that the left puts out is that Trump is some kind of fascist dictator doesn't mean that Trump has even broken the law, right? Like, there's nothing that Trump has ordered anyone to do that's illegal.
But the right will come out and say, "Oh, I can't believe we're he's giving up, we're losing." He's calling, he's recalling those ICE agents, out of Minnesota. This is terrible. But
I think some of those people are like radicals or like extremists that have nothing to lose on the right. Like there's people on the left, obviously, you'll see that'll go out and Mangione, for instance, potentially nothing left to lose, desperate. But the people on the right are like, you're not hitting it hard enough, Trump. Like, who are they? They're from keyboards. I don't never see like a really prominent, very rarely right-wing personality demanding like blood on the street or harder. It's pretty rare because that will put the eye of Sauron on you as a speaker. So it's just in these texts.
Younger people want to see more out of Trump. People like Nick Fuentes, they want to see more out of Donald Trump. Like he thinks that Trump's dropping the ball and not going nearly hard enough.
Oh yeah, America First people, all his followers.
Yeah. But to the point about like the idea that Trump isn't doing enough, like. Look, there are people in Minneapolis. Will Stansel's in Minneapolis, and he tweeted. He was saying, "For all the drawdown, ICE talk continues all over Minneapolis feels endless. Like Homan is smarter than Bovino. No real feat there." He says he understands that if he does stuff that signals that we're in the denouement of the crisis, media will move on. But brutality with observers is escalating. ICE is still omnipresent. Little sign on the ground that it's over. Like we said, 2,300 ICE agents is still a massive increase from over. What it was. I think it was 300 or something like that they had.
I heard the number 70 last night. Maybe it was 300.
Maybe, but even still, like it's a huge increase. So even if 700
scaled
agents
the
leave,
optics down for the media, but they're still there.
Yeah,
present.
and that was an argument that me and Sean were having last night. Like Sean thinks that they should be showing people that we're carting people off and they're getting deported, like he was talking about making a TV show.
Here's a TikTok, everybody getting thrown into a truck.
They tried that for a little while.
And my point was like, if you can do it without anyone seeing it, without anyone knowing that it's going
Then
on,
people can't get
just
upset.
so long as you're following the law, just so long as you're doing it legally. But if you can do it without all the bluster and without all the protests and without all the fighting, that's the best option.
Well, it's crazy because like Stalin went and did this stuff in the middle of the night so not to alarm the population. Like we're doing it in broad daylight, which is arguably more transparent than anything.
You bring up Stalin, that's exactly why I specified, made the caveat of within the law and stuff like that.
Right,
Because,
totally. That was also illegal.
Yeah.
By the way.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
Stalin made it legal to do what he did in the middle of the night in silence. So it's a double-edged sword. I know what you're saying because you don't want to inflame the populace with scaring them with media of dudes getting dragged away, but at the same time, like
I think
you don't want to hide the darkness if it does get.
I'm not
We could
saying.
make it-
hold
make it-
on. I got to push back on that. I think equating what's being done with ICE in the United States today to Stalin is vastly overstating it.
I didn't equate it.
You were using it as an example.
Yeah, it's
You
not.
were
It's
saying-
not an equation. They're not the same thing. But I'm saying if it got to that point where it is,
I was
very,
using it
very bad.
as an exact opposite to show
okay.
that something being done in the dead of night is secretly being done and, clearly wrong. But the fact that Trump's doing things in the daytime for everyone to see is way more dangerous for ICE, but he's not breaking the law.
We could
Biden
have-
was flying people in the middle of the night all over the country. when he was in the regime.
Yeah,
he did plenty
exactly.
of things in the middle of the night.
We could get Barney to come out and be like, clean up, everybody, everywhere, clean up. And he's throwing the illegals back onto the truck.
I read today that J.D. Vance is heading up an audit in California, and he was put ahead of this. I think at some point you're going to have limited returns in Minneapolis. I know they've already deported tens of thousands of people out of there, and there will be limited returns. So I like the strategy of you go into a place, you hit them hard, you hit them fast, you get a lot of people out of there, and then you move somewhere else, you do it somewhere else. Because we know that it's happening all over the country. So I like this drop ship bunch of people, get a bunch of work done, go somewhere else. Don't let them catch up. Don't let them have enough time to organize and put people together to put up barriers and riots.
Get a couple thousand of the worst out of there, and, that's better than nothing.
You can always go back if there's more.
That's true.
It's,
move
it's not
on.
like there. You go into Minneapolis one time and sorry, we already did that. We can't go back.
Yeah, it's your house, Daddy. You can come back whenever
That's
you
right,
want.
so-
Let them
Tactic
feel safe.
In combat too, they'll hit a target and then they'll wait like 2 hours until everybody comes out to try to start to do the recovery, and then they hit the target again to get everybody. And that's what they could do with ICE. They go in, they hit the target, wait till
a donkey punch.
sits down, and
Sorry,
round two.
Is it really like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
You just track the sales of rice and bananas. You'll know when they're coming back out.
Maybe I have to look up what that is again. Okay.
You're watching the supermarkets to see if the population's increased.
I guess speaking of Minnesota, oh my goodness. Yeah. It continues on and on. Minnesota activist Kyle Wagner was arrested and charged with threatening ICE agents. This is from CBS News. A Minnesota activist was arrested Thursday and charged with threatening to assault and kill immigrations and customs enforcement agents, the Department of Justice said. Prosecutors allege that Kyle Wagner, 37, shared comments and videos to Facebook and Instagram last month and encouraged his followers to attack federal immigration officers, where he called them Gestapo and murderers. He is expected to make his initial appearance in federal court on Thursday. Photos were taken on Thursday. They appear to show Wagner being led out of a residential building in Minneapolis. Oh,
my God.
wow.
Is that real?
Yeah, it's real.
That's his picture.
That's
Yeah.
he looks exactly as I expected.
I'm surprised that he doesn't look like he's not dressed like a lawyer. I really kind of
Are
expected
those
that.
tattoos of tears? Why a face tattoo? You're just never going to get a job that way.
You're not a rapper?
You're not Post Malone.
Yeah, you are not.
Wasn't this the guy that was like on the run?
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad they wrapped him up.
He's not somebody in your band, Phil.
No.
They probably had a hard time identifying him with his hoodie that says, I'm Antifa.
Right?
Well, that means they got Antifa.
You
It's
gotta
done.
leave something to the imagination, sir. Oh boy. Yeah, look at that. He certainly wore the right sweatshirt.
I think that's him. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try and find this guy.
I like this, again, this phrasing. Antifa is short for anti-fascist, loosely organized left-wing movement or ideology. Do they not have an entire signal chat that government officials who are part of?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm not. I assume everybody in the Signal chat would call themselves Antifa. They would say they're anti-fascists in the broad sense of the term. Whether or not they would, be going to like meetings, flying the anti-fascist flag, I'm not so sure about that. But I mean, at the end of the day, if you're in a Signal chat with a bunch of people that are Antifa, that call themselves Antifa, likely a whole bunch of communists. I mean, if you were in a Signal chat with a bunch of Nazis that called themselves Nazis, they'd be like, you're a Nazi. So, you're like, look, man, if you're sitting at the table.
He was threatening ICE agents. He was stating, we're effing coming for you. The following day, he allegedly encouraged his followers to, like many of our leftist politicians, harass immigration officers, and we should cripple them. Anywhere we have an opportunity to get our hands on them, we need to put our hands on them.
Yep.
It's so funny. He's like, we're coming for you. And they're like, no we're
you're-
going to come and get you, buddy.
We will put our hands on you.
Picking a fight with the government. Look, if you got a problem with the government, you go to court, you sue somebody. This kind of stuff, they're just going to come and pick you up. There's going to be a bunch of dudes wearing green. They're going to have more guns than you. They're going to throw you in jail. Don't be stupid.
Ian, is this just LARPing?
So you
At the
shouldn't
end of
storm
the
a
day-
capitol?
You
Too soon.
Note to self.
you were just moving things around.
What was the question?
I said, Ian, do you think this is just LARPing at the end of the day?
I don't know.
These people think they're revolutionaries.
No, I think they're actually developing psychosis through media manipulation. A lot of that's this guy. A lot of people are. They truly believe it, whether they're right or not. They really believe it. So it's actually not a LARP for this guy. This guy actually thought he was doing the right thing.
He's pushing others to hunt The immigration officer said his goal is to unmask and identify the agents. It's scary sounding stuff. In one of his social media posts from January 13th, he allegedly said Minnesota is where ICE has come to die. And if he was a clever man, he would say where ICE comes to melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to know who they are. We will identify every single one of them and prosecute them to the fullest extent of the law, he said.
Wait, what?
This is what the guy is saying.
He said that?
The unhinged, mentally ill, tattooed man.
Yeah.
How can you
We'll
prosecute them if you
prosecute
kill them?
A citizen's arrest.
Well,
It-
only in Georgia, though.
It's a
if it
terrible
is-
manifesto.
If it has to be done at the barrel of a gun,
That's a
then
Mao-
let us
that's like
have
a
a
bastardized
little
Mao quote.
effing fun.
Yeah, that's
This is
Oh, man.
just unhinged.
Maybe it's tough to like the line between live action role play, the LARP, and psychosis is kind of like blurry. Like if you're an actor, you're kind of psychotic. You become someone else for a moment, which is psychotic. So there are a lot of people that think it's cool and they're just along for the ride.
Are they like that when they go home at night, do you think?
Who knows? Maybe they totally tune it all out and go.
He says, "Get
just
your
reading-
effing guns and stop these effing people." In a Facebook video, he's showing his age with that.
It sounds like he's writing a hardcore song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some hardcore band, like, he's like, and that you expect for him to be like straight edge, or something.
Pam Bondi said in a statement that this man allegedly doxed and called for the murder of law enforcement officers, encouraged bloodshed in the streets, and proudly claimed affiliation with the terrorist organization Antifa before going on the run. But you know what, Adam? At least he didn't pick up a podium and walk around smiling.
Truly the worst crime you can commit in this country. Truly, truly.
Today's arrest illustrates you cannot run, you cannot hide, you cannot evade our federal agents. If you come for law enforcement, the Trump administration will come for you. Caroline...
Unless you do it on an island.
Oh, boy. Too soon.
Too soon.
Ay, ay, ay. Caroline Levitt said the Trump administration would hold accountable anyone who illegally obstructs these law enforcement operations or targets, doxes, or harasses ICE agents. And you know what? I think Trump said recently they're going to start making sure all the agents have body cams, which can only help them.
Yep,
It helps
absolutely.
the guy that shot Renee Good ultimately, because we could see, the car definitely hit him. So
I think the difference too between the ICE agents and these people like Wagner here, ICE agents, I don't think they go out, wake up at 9 to 5 and think, I hope I get to kill someone today.
No.
They have to live with that forever. This man woke up on a regular basis, I hope I get to kill someone and I hope other people kill people. Like, it's a completely different ideology.
you think he would have tried out to be an ICE agent. Just kidding. Protests have broken out in Minnesota in response to Operation Metro Surge. That sounds like a new energy drink, which the Trump administration launched in December to ramp up enforcement efforts in the state. More than 3,000 immigration agents descended on Minneapolis, as we mentioned before. Border Czar announced Wednesday that 700 law enforcement personnel would withdraw from Minnesota. Yeah, we mentioned all that. Let's check out this video, shall we? This is about the blockade.
Yeah, right there's fine.
Here we go. So yeah, Minnesota residents have taken safety into their own hands by forming a blockade to do checkpoints to check for ICE agents.
We are literally creating a place that we know who's coming and going in and out of our neighborhoods.
In the middle of the road at 32nd and Cedar Avenue, a makeshift roadblock turned this intersection into a roundabout.
That is so sad.
Cars slowed as
terrible
drivers
roadblock.
noticed, some honked, others asked questions, and one man brought food for the people standing watch.
Simp.
Hi, sir. Thank you so much. How did it make you feel just seeing a community checkpoint in your neighborhood?
Well, it felt fine. I don't
Is she Somalian?
I don't
I'm
have
too
any
afraid
She's
to talk
Somalian.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wade Haynes has been standing at this corner
Somali-Sodian.
twice a
be
day
like, "Girl,
for
you should
one
go hide."
reason, to stand up against ICE activity and keep his community safe. He chose this corner. Others chose this intersection.
It's kind of inspiring. I was like, wow, okay. We've got folks out there who are kind of taking care of us, looking out for us. That's good.
But Minneapolis police
police.
stepped in, clearing the roadblock.
Yeah. That guy's terrified that if he spoke out, he'd
restoring
get
flow of
grabbed by a
traffic.
mob.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of sad about it.
Still, residents say the roadblock was necessary.
We need to keep our neighbors safe, so
longer did it
we
stay
will
up?
be doing this
We need
again.
a border. We need a wall.
Interesting fact, her jacket was
city spokesperson
actually
said
all
they
orange.
cleared the street-
The top half is just cat piss now.
Ooh, but go back to the Leering Center.
You want to watch this? All right.
Yes.
to ensure public safety for the neighborhood and emergency vehicles. Frank?
All right, Uba, thank you.
She's definitely Somali.
Uba.
Looks like a DEI hire to me.
Was that from today? That
Yeah,
that
like
video from
yesterday.
yesterday?
Yeah.
Because they're breaking. I hear the cops are breaking up these makeshift stopgaps now.
They said
That's
at the
a
end
pretty
of the,
sad blockade.
Yeah.
They
very
probably
sad.
just told everybody, look, take a bunch of garbage from your house
just like a
and,
traffic
and
circle.
bring it out into the street.
If they spent the same amount of time building forts with their kids, the world would be a better place.
Yes.
Yeah, this
They
looks
don't
like
have
a
kids, though.
garage sale to me. It's just
I build stuff sometimes, but I would never use like a pallet like that for the wood. It's just not
You
good.
take it apart first.
Yeah, well, I mean, even that. It's like,
Then you can use the lumber.
But
cheap
you know what?
plywood.
It sounds like the local residents support this, and I don't know. Do you think it actually makes them feel safer, Phil, or is it just they're just saying what they feel like they have to say because that's
I mean,
where they live?
apparently that guy is out there standing around saying, you know, I have a problem with ICE as well. He had some kind of thing on his house. I'm sure there are a handful of people or whatever that agree. But the average person that doesn't want to get involved in this, I'm sure they're like, oh Jesus, these guys again. You know, they look at them and they think you guys are retards. This is stupid. I got to get to work. I got to
Right.
go. I got to pick up my kids. You know, normal person stuff. And it doesn't help. It doesn't ingratiate you to the community. You know, it just makes people like annoyed with you.
How many do you think go along with fear though? Because I know like when it was when George Floyd, who was the guy who didn't kill him?
Derek
Derek
Chauvin.
Chauvin. Yeah. Well, during his trial, they were intimidating the jurors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And these jurors, like,
Wow.
they're going to convict because they're getting doxxed in real time. I wonder how many of these citizens in Minneapolis are just like, yes, we're definitely with that because we don't want to have our house burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
We saw the same things
Yeah.
happen during the BLM riots. People will put up signs like, we're allies, we're allies.
We're
Your
black
store's still
owned.
getting looted.
We're black owned. Don't loot.
Yeah, and they still got a rock through their window or what have you. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that you're right. I think there's a lot of people that are out there just kind of doing their best to keep their head down. If they're asked, they're like, "Oh yeah," and then at home they're like, "Oh, these people are stupid." I don't know how much it actually affects the average person. It's probably just lightly annoying, mildly annoying. Like, oh, this is stupid
Well,
stuff.
you live here. Oh, this
Yeah,
is
it's
what
like,
happens.
cool. These morons are out there doing this again.
It's like living wherever the groundhog lives every Groundhog's Day. You
Yeah.
know, like where does Punxsutawney Phil live? Somewhere in
Pennsylvania. Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm sure
Punxsutawney,
those residents
Pennsylvania.
every year are like, ugh, this again.
Yeah, but I mean, the point that I think that they're just like, oh, this is annoying, and because it's not
It's
super.
like having to drive through a children's fort on your way to work.
Oh, it is.
I've learned being here, I do like traffic circles. I'm starting to really enjoy traffic
I
circles.
finally
They do have
understood
their
why they
purpose.
have those.
They're so much better than lights.
Speed bumps.
They're so much better
and
than
stop
lights.
signs and so these people are probably like, hey, finally this 4-way stop is now. You just keep driving.
As
I
Manatee
don't-
County
I don't think
Commissioner,
it
I
was
do
the
not condone
traffic,
these statements.
actually,
We hate them, Manatee County. They're all going away. We're bulldozing them.
Wouldn't it have
Traffic
been
circles?
Yeah, they
wouldn't it have
hate
been
them.
great if
Really?
during this video you saw Nick Shirley going around, what do you do for work? anybody here work?
No, of course they don't. They don't. They don't have to go to work.
Collecting government pensions.
Yeah. It's tiring collecting checks from the government.
I think it's funny they have that much trash just laying around.
Yeah, it is. Throw your trash away, people.
We cleaned out our living room to build this barricade.
They really think they're gonna stop ICE.
That's all pallets from the Walmart.
I feel like if
Walmart.
That's like what trash
ICE
used to
sees
be
them, they're
on.
just gonna be like, all right, well, we'll turn around, we'll go to the next block.
We'll just refer to them as trash people from now on. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's the trash
Bringing
people
it
again.
to the center for the trash man to pick up.
Well, I mean, the police picked it up, and I'm sure that they threw it in the garbage. So they were doing the
Yeah,
work,
they
the good work.
gotta clear that stuff. I mean, like, has anybody ever been to the George Floyd Memorial in Minneapolis?
No.
It is the shittiest.
Twice
worst.
last week.
You mean the
Yes.
one God struck down with lightning?
It is so bad. It looks like everybody just exactly like that blockade brought their garbage into it's right at that corner where the Cup Foods was, which they had to rebrand, which I think was a mistake because it's like I went there to take a selfie in front of the place. I'm like, it's not Cup Foods anymore. They called it something else. But it's everybody. I guess it started out as a George Floyd memorial, but everything is like sun bleached and wet. It's a bunch of like wet old teddy bears and picture frames, and then it slowly became like just like a memorial for whoever. Like, and everybody's,
Pookie.
I know someone who died. I don't, and then it's a mess. There's no one's keeping it up. There's just like dead plants everywhere. It was pretty disgusting. They should build a fort to keep it from getting wet, but I don't know. I'm
it's
not a
emblematic
memorial
of what
expert.
it's emblematic of what happens to socialist societies.
Decay.
Yeah.
To rot.
It just was a sad sight
exactly.
and blocking the street and
I heard he
Just
has
gross.
a family member there. George Floyd's family member that actually charges people $20 to take pictures there. So if you go there
Well,
to
I
take a
took mine
picture,
for free.
Gross.
Fun. Fun.
Dare say based.
Not really
Respect the
a
hustle.
family destination, but if you're in the neighborhood.
I should try that. Go there. I'm actually his brother. Might be $20.
We went into the Cup Foods and bought like a bunch of different like wrap chips. Like they have
Which one's
like,
your
like,
favorite?
like DMX Fritos.
You used the real
can get
$20
like
bill,
Cardi B Cheetos. Like we bought a bunch of them, and it was me and my friend like posing with like orange and grape soda in front of them.
This
Nice.
tastes like herpes
Hey, you
and
paid for
It
syphilis.
was a tasteful
You
moment.
paid for it with a real 20, right? Not that you didn't try to pass a
Pay 40
fake
for
one.
that.
I hear
Yeah,
that doesn't
we
go
all
over
bought
well there.
Lucy cigarettes. It was fun. It was a fun day. Oh, boy.
man.
So
Don't listen to me, guys. Okay. Let's move on. Guys, guess what? I don't know if this is a shock to anybody, but trans surgery, turns out it's bad. Did we know this? Did we have any inkling? So New York, and this is exciting because this happened in my neck of the woods in Westchester County. New York jury awards $2 million to a teen girl who formerly identified as male in a malpractice case. In what may be the first of many such cases, I hope, a New York jury awarded millions to a woman who no longer thinks of herself as a male, who underwent a double mastectomy 6 years ago at age 16. So this woman began her, I guess, social transition at 15.
Brutal. It's brutal.
So this is in Westchester County.
They can't even admit it's in the headline.
No, I know. They
They-
don't even call her detransitioner.
So the dude
either.
literally sued, won $2 million, and they're still calling him a woman in the headline.
It's,
After saying, I'm not this thing was done wrongly to me.
It was
got
yeah,
money.
it was a
defamation,
girl who transitioned to be a guy. Yeah, I think her name is Fox Varian, a woman who no longer thinks of herself as male, underwent double mastectomy 6 years ago. And this is going to be the first U.S. malpractice case of its kind to reach a trial verdict. The jury found a psychologist and a plastic surgeon liable for medical malpractice, which I think they all should be liable for this, in performing and supporting the 2019 breast removal surgery on Varian in order to treat gender dysphoria. The award includes $1.6 million for past and future pain and suffering, and $400,000 for future medical expenses, according to the Epoch Times. And this is out of EWTN News, by the way. Varian lawyers said she no longer thinks of herself as male, and said she sued, claiming psychologist Kenneth Finkel and Einhorn, and surgeon Simon Chin, Finkel, Einhorn, and Finkel,
perfect name for this
failed
story.
to meet the standard of care through inadequate psychological evaluation, poor communication between the professionals, and insufficient screening before proceeding with the irreversible procedure. I mean, like, are any of these medical professionals who do this? They're all failing to do their jobs, basically, and nobody should be doing surgery on a minor, period. The case centered on whether the medical team properly assessed her mental health and readiness for gender-affirming surgery, marking a significant development in the growing number of such lawsuits. The legal team, and it sounds like she's got a good legal team around her, and I hope this is just the first of many more.
Yeah, it's crazy they went to a jury trial and everything.
This is going to be like the future lobotomies. People have been saying it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But this
Yeah.
is the lobotomies of the modern day.
Yep.
It's like abhorrent, man. It's disgusting we're doing this.
I have to assume the parents were on board with this, and it didn't start at 16. Well, this probably started a lot earlier on.
Well, the mother said that she felt like she was being bullied by the psychologist.
She was never into the idea.
She wasn't into the idea. She said that she felt she was being bullied. She felt like it was rushed, and so that's a big part of the problem. Is it's not just that kids are saying this stuff because they're reading stuff on the internet, or they have their friends that are talking about it or whatever. And there are parents that are like, no, I don't want this to happen to my kid. I don't think this is a good idea. And then the kids end up somehow getting to a psychologist or whatever, and the psychologist is just affirm everything they say, because the argument that is made on the left is you have to affirm. You can't say, well, maybe this is something else, maybe this is just an awkward phase or whatever. You have to affirm the things that they say, and if you don't, you're gonna have people from the LGBT lobby coming down on you like mad.
Started in the 90s with this. Oh, sorry. Do you have more?
No, go ahead.
With the opiate epidemic with Sackler family and all this, but it was about the medical industry converted into treating pain, and they had to treat the patient's pain instead of their illness. So if the patient was like, I'm in pain, I need more medicine, the doctor was obligated then to give them medicine, or they would be committing malpractice for not acquiescing to the patient's pain. And it's the same kind of thing. The mind state that if this kid's in pain, that's more important than what's right. We have to make their pain go down. So let's just
it's emotional pain, though. It's like, guess what? It's called puberty. We all are awkward in our bodies between the ages of 10 and 30. I don't know for some people. So it's called just wait it out. And studies have shown that these surgeries do not reduce suicide, which is precisely what psychologists will manipulate parents with. They'll say the old line of, do you want a dead daughter or a live son? And people will just throw their hands up like, okay, I don't want my kid to unalive themselves. So it's just very sad, but this is very exciting to see, and I hope things just ramp up, and this is the first of many more cases like this.
I tell my kids I would disown them. They know that clearly from me. You make that decision, like, don't bother coming home for Christmas.
This
harsh, but necessary.
I think this is going to send a chill and a shockwave down the spines of many psychologists that will be nowhere near this kind of behavior in the future.
Yeah, because if they claim, oh, it's for the good of the kids, it's for the good of the kids. Yeah, okay. How about you agree to do it for free? Like, how about all these psychologists and all these surgeons? If you want to do it for free and prove that you're really helping these kids, okay. But we know it's not about that. We know it's about their commission and making customers for life.
That's it. And it's also, these programs are fun. It's my background is psychology. That's what I studied in college. And you talk about the IRB, the National Review Board, how they do studies. These things are funded top down, and they actually want to put money into it because they're getting money out of it. So they do their studies. Next step is, well, we got to practice things in real life. Money gets pushed into that. So I don't know necessarily if these psychologists or these doctors are on board with doing these things, or if it's just a paycheck. We're going to fund the hospital for doing this. We're going to get funding for research. I think they're evil for that.
It's just a paycheck.
Yeah.
They don't care.
And to Chrissie's point, the idea that they get a patient for life, or the drug companies get a patient for life. You can't just get a surgery and then be like, okay, I'm going to go off on my way and I'm going to be fine. Like, you still need to be on hormone replacements. You need to be on all kinds of drugs for the rest of your life. So there's a big incentive from pharmaceutical companies to have these surgeries. Obviously, the people that are doing the surgeries are making a lot of money. There are people that are ideologically committed to this. And we were talking earlier, it's only like about a 10% detransition rate. And part of the reason for that is because of the ostracization that comes, because the lobby, the LGBT groups that people usually associate with when they're trans, they will disown you. You will get all kinds of crap on, you'll be inundated on Twitter. People will call you names. And so there's a lot of pressure to stay. Even if you're not happy, it doesn't make you happy. And that's probably part of why suicide is so high. It's like, I thought this was going to make me happy. And then when it doesn't, they're like, well, I can't go back because I'm just going to get excoriated on the internet.
They go from
blah,
love
blah.
bombing you to completely ostracizing you. And I'm sure there are far more detransitioners. It's just like they're not statistically measurable.
Yep.
And a lot of the reasons why these kids, particularly autistic girls, are drawn to this social contagion is like, oh, wow, like I'm going to get all this attention. I'm going to like finally feel good in my body. I'll finally like have my place, right? I'll look at how glamorous they make it look on YouTube. All these, all these influencers that they follow. So,
and another thing we were talking about this morning, the rates of body dysmorphia, so like bulimia and anorexia, they've gone down significantly, whereas trans girls or trans boys has gone up, and it's been
not if you look at Ariana Grande. I think she's holding down those stats all by herself.
Right. But yeah, like the idea that this isn't body dysmorphia, right? That it isn't just kids that feel uncomfortable in their body, like to your point earlier, like that's clearly what it is. And the medical industry, which is supposed to take care of people, has jumped on the fact that kids are insecure, or they feel awkward, and they're like, oh, we can take advantage of this, we can capitalize on it. So it's nefarious and pernicious in multiple ways. And I think that first of all, the government should have always been saying, no, we're not going to, this is wrong. You're not doing this. The only time that you will tell a person that the solution for your psychological issue is actually changing your body is this. Like if someone says, I my hand's not my hand, it's someone else's hand. I know it's not my hand, and I
well,
gotta cut it off.
if you sit on it for a period of time, I'm told it doesn't feel like your hand.
Call it the stranger.
But doctors,
it's numb.
Doctors are never like, okay, well, we're going to cut your hand off and that'll fix your problem. It doesn't fix the problem. They still have that disorder, and so cutting off body parts never fixes a disorder.
If you need any more proof of how demonic this is, look no further than what's been coming out recently in the Epstein files. They talked specifically about grooming, creating basically trans kids specifically for sick, twisted adult fetishes. And if you want to do deep dives into that, like Epstein cites like specific examples of why we need to create. It's so disgusting, and it's so absolutely demonic. And I just can't wait for this chapter in human history to be over soon enough. And the first major medical organization actually comes out against trans surgeries for minors. This is out of the National Review. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons released new guidance on Tuesday cautioning physicians against performing gender transition surgeries on minors, marking a significant breakthrough for critics of the procedures who have long called on major medical associations to be transparent about the harms associating with medicalizing gender dysphoric children. Exactly what we've been talking about. And so many of these kids just need therapy. A lot of them have been abused, and that's why they hate their bodies.
Why did this take so long is my question. It's
money.
Partially because
$1
the
million
woke
industry.
because like the whole woke thing that was going on for the past decade or so. Like if you said no, kids don't need to transition, you were called all the bad names. People really have grown they've been desensitized to words like bigot, racist, sexist because we've had to. Because that's been used to bully people into being silent. And when you're seeing stuff like this, right, like you have to speak up and say, look, this is wrong, but most people are not used to being called names, and they're not used to the vitriol. And if you say something, like if you've got a Twitter account and you've got 50 followers or 100 followers, and you say something and it gets someone on Reddit notices it, and the next thing you know, your mentions are full of people, 200 people or whatever, calling you all these names. It seems like everyone in the world is beating you up, whether it be Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. If you normally get 5 comments on a post and you put up a post and there's 200 replies, it seems like so overwhelming. People aren't used to it. So it's like it was an effective tactic to just pile on and basically scare people into silence. And so it's a good thing that people have kind of grown a bit thicker skin. But it's a learning curve. People have had to realize that you're not a bigot for saying, hey, this is wrong. That it's just like, hey, you have to speak up. And there are going to be people that are going to call you names and say stuff, but you have to ignore them because it's not true,
And I think just like with the changes we saw with men and women's sports, remember how long people were saying like, why is no one standing up? Why are there no female athletes standing up? And then we had, what's her name? The blonde.
Riley Gaines.
Right, Riley Gaines. And then we're like, okay, she's the face of this. Okay. And unfortunately, it seems like it has taken a certain number of detransitioners, girls to come out and be like,
Chloe Cole.
Chloe Cole, I'm a victim of this. And unfortunately, that's, I think, what people needed to kind of really wake up and see, like, these surgeries don't cure anything.
I think this is a result of allowing psychotic ideology to take root. Whenever it started, 2012 is when internet video, 2010 is when it really started becoming normalized. And this is what the reason it took so long to unwind this and to get people to is because it entrenched for 7 years in the buildup. You can't let psychotic ideologies entrench, or you can. If you let them take hold, then you'll get ostracized for speaking out against it later. But if you get it right away and you show people how crazy it is, usually the immune system kicks on and squashes the ideology. Because if someone had transed a kid in 2010, a little kid that got her boobs cut off, by 2014, she's 20 years old and she's crying.
Right.
Yeah, I guess to see the full brunt of what has happened takes a few years or a decade, but it's pretty big that this huge medical company's coming out.
So it's the AMA, it's the American Medical Association, and just to make a point here, they're not coming out against it completely. They're saying for minors.
Yep.
So back in 2020 and 2021, the AMA launched the National LGBTQ Fellowship Program in 21, providing up to $750,000 grants to academic medical centers to train physicians in transgender-affirming care, including cross-sex hormones in pediatric and adolescent patients. So it's not like they're against this. So they're trying to make you think we're still on your side.
Seems like they're doing the
They have been
absolute
funding
least.
at $750,000 grants for hospitals to do these things for the past 4 years. They've not changed their tune. All they're saying is, oh, it's not popular right now. And I'm telling you right now, they'll get right back to it the second that we stop talking about it.
Yep.
So I don't want to give them any
Or if a
credit
Democrat,
whatsoever.
if a Democrat wins like the next election,
The
next
next
presidential
day,
election.
the very next day, they'll start right back up. So I give them exactly zero credit for saying this. They're only saying it to save face and to say, look, we're the good guys. Please keep giving us money.
Yeah.
I tell you, a lot of even people that are registered Democrats that I know think it's psychotic that they cut off 15-year-old girls' boobs. Like, it's crazy.
And the hormones like just damage you for life. Like even if you get off of it, your voice is permanently deepened as a girl, and it's not something you can just snap back from. It's not just a pause button on puberty. Like that's how they sell it to you.
So you say, Adam, you're saying the AMA came out and did grant. Are they still funding those grants?
This is as of from 20 to 2025 funding initiatives. So yes, they are until today, till 2025. So last year. And I'm sure the grants will still keep going through. They'll just reword them to say, we're not doing the kids anymore. I know the majority of the population are the children that we helped trans over the past 4 years.
And this is a quote from the New York Times. In the absence of clear evidence, the AMA agrees with the ASPS that surgical interventions in minors should be generally deferred to adulthood, the statement said.
Not explicitly.
Other prominent medical groups,
Generally.
including the American Academy of Pediatrics, said on Wednesday that their positions on gender-related surgery for minors remains unchanged.
That's so grotesque. I imagine that position was it's fine. Or am I wrong?
The guidance from the American Academy of Pediatrics for Health Care for Young People with Gender Dysphoria does not include a blanket recommendation for surgery for minors, Dr. Andrew Racine, the group's president, said in a statement. The AAP continues to hold the principle that patients, their families, and their physicians, not politicians, should be the ones to make decisions together about what is the best care for them.
Oh.
But you know what? You know who's going to be motivated to make that the money are the physicians.
Yeah, and the
surgeon,
parents feel like they get steamrolled by, like we were just saying 5 minutes ago or 8 minutes ago, they feel like they're getting sped through this. Like it's like a
It sounds like what they're
hot
saying
rocket.
is like, don't let the politicians stop us from making money. Stop us from transing your kids.
I think it's probably a smaller percentage of the parents who are being steamrolled into this and a larger percentage of them saying, look at me, I'm an ally. I'm so far into my leftist ideology that I will literally sacrifice my child to the cause.
Yeah, that's really sick.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and you see this obviously you see it in Hollywood so frequently because it is really like I guess a luxury belief. You know, kids out there, their friends trans or are trans or what have you, and so they start saying, oh, well, maybe my kid is. I mean, I forget what celebrity it was, but she was like, oh, both my kids are trans, and it's like, really?
I think Angelina Jolie. I think Charlize Theron. God, really, so many of them.
Jolie's got like 12 kids, so I mean, statistically, one of them's going to be trans.
What's the girl
But, I
from
mean,
Last Action Hero? She had a couple of trans kids, didn't she?
Yeah, Jamie Curtis. But you know, the idea that you have two kids and they're both trans,
What are the odds?
statistically,
No. Yeah.
that is impossible. You know, it's coming from somewhere, and it's certainly not.
It's child abuse is what it is. I think we should call it exactly what it is. It's child
Absolutely.
abuse. And, you know, I'm not in favor of taking children away from families, but if you're abusing your child in an irreparable way or you are cutting off their bits and pieces, I think you should be... You're
harming them for life.
Things I
You
can't
are
say on YouTube.
sterilizing them. It's a real pickle we're in. Jeez, it's
Shouldn't
yeah.
be,
The
but-
things I want to say,
It's a
we
big.
can't say on
It's a big
YouTube.
step for the AMA to change position. That's big. That's good.
They're
Yeah.
still practicing it, though, with adults, so they're still affirming these children they transed. So they're not taking a step back and saying what we did the past 4 years is a bad thing. They're still taking care of them as if they did a good thing.
Then they would lose the lawsuit immediately. Maybe they're hanging on because they don't want to say anything incriminating, I guess. And
Good, the AMA's a racket anyway, so...
And again, I feel like these. Again, it's another place for the TDS to flow, right? Like, oh, Trump is taking away money. It's just because. Oh, let's go back to that article. Sorry. In December, the federal government proposed new rules that would deny federal funding to hospitals that provided medical treatment for trans youth. High-profile hospitals in blue states, including Stanford, Medicine and Kaiser Permanente have stopped providing gender-related surgical procedures to minors, citing funding concerns. I mean, if that's what it takes, cut that money, yo.
Yeah. They were doing it for money in the first place.
Yeah.
And other hospitals in D.C. and L.A. and Pittsburgh have shuttered their youth gender programs altogether.
You know,
Good.
The idea, there's people out there that will still make the argument on the internet or whatever. Well, you know, we don't do this to kids. We don't let kids do this. You know, and you'll show them something like this, and they're like, "No, that's not real," or something like that. They just don't believe that it's happening.
How long were they saying it's not happening? And it took how many people calling up the hospitals, calling up the specific departments, being like, "Hey, can you? I have a 14-year-old or I have a 16-year-old that wants XYZ surgery," and they're like, "Okay," and they. I mean, there's so many recorded calls.
Even in the states where it's been made illegal, these hospitals, I've seen these phone calls. They'll call and the staff will actually say, "You can't get it done here, but I can recommend a place just over state lines."
Yuck.
Which,
Yikes, dude.
yeah, yikes.
Gross.
Demons.
Demons are amongst us.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to another topic that's maybe more upbeat. Nope, they're not
That's
upbeat.
kind of upbeat.
UCLA's DEI. Oh, this is a little exciting. DEI chief finally fired. This is out of the New York Post. Finally fired for celebrating Charlie Kirk murder, but now he's begging for donations for pets. Oh boy. UCLA finally fired its DEI chief months after the woke administrator publicly celebrated the assassination of Charlie Kirk, but now he's begging for this seems not like it's not real. Jonathan Perkins, who is the UCLA Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, was finally given the axe in a letter on Friday after he gushed that he was glad about the vicious murder of the Turning Point USA founder. Given the nature of your role as Director of Race and Equity, the university has determined that this conduct significantly undermined trust in your leadership and adversely affected the office's effectiveness and credibility, the university told him in a termination letter obtained by the LA Times. And there he is. He looks exactly as you would expect.
Yeah, do not donate this man jars of peanut butter.
Which is a shirt that says "Stop shooting it." Yeah, keep this man away from the peanut butter.
It's making a lot of money.
No Nutella.
His last day on the payroll. Whoo! Guess how much money he made a year? $137,000 a year.
Doing what?
Being brown.
Not hiring white people.
Being brown and having a position.
That was his whole job.
What a lucrative.
That was his whole job. Just don't hire white people.
Gig, dude.
Wow. His
Just
last
couldn't
day.
stop from saying something about Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. All he had to do was just keep his mouth shut. He was terminated on January 30th. According to the letter, it's not clear what took the university so long to make its determination. Perkins intends to file a lawsuit, of course, challenging his dismissal, claiming he was exercising his right to free speech when he made the. You know, when the left celebrates Charlie Kirk's death, it's free speech. But when Ben Bankus, on a comedy club stage, makes fun of Renee Good, well, that's hate speech, and he deserves to have all his shows canceled, clearly.
Free speech just means you're not going to get arrested for it. You can get fired
Yeah,
from
that's
anywhere
true.
and ostracized from any
very
community
valid
for
point.
saying stuff.
So many people celebrated Kirk's death. It's absolutely insane. Politicians, lots of comedians, lots of regular people, a lot of car videos came out after Charlie Kirk's death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands, yeah. Thousands flagged online after cheering Charlie Kirk's death. Who's flagging them?
A lot of my
know.
friends. Big shout out to
Get
Mostly
'em.
Peaceful Memes. You did a great job, sir.
Oh, well, that's good. That's
Follow him on
productive.
Twitter if you don't. You probably already do.
Let's see. Did you want to jump to this article?
Yeah, I mean, we're just already on it now.
Okay, so an online group known as the Charlie Kirk Data Foundation out of Axios, an online group known as the Charlie Kirk Data Foundation is crowdsourcing a database of social media users who purportedly criticized the late conservative activist or celebrated his death. Why does this matter? The anonymous organizers say their goal is to clear out left-wing radicals and reshape the rank and file of America's institutions. They claim to have identified over 60,000 people.
That's the number. That's what I wanted to show, is 60,000. It's a lot.
That is a lot. Do you think there were that many people on the right saying anything about Renee Good?
No. A lot of us didn't care that much.
No. We're just like, oh, yeah, she's being an a-hole, and
And it's
who's
also like
surprised?
it's an extreme false equivalency.
Right.
Charlie
It
was
is.
sitting in a chair having an open debate and was murdered in cold blood by a
Right.
psychopath.
He wasn't fighting federal agents.
No, he
With
wasn't
his
trying to
SUV.
run
Close to
over
a
a
car.
federal
In fact, he
agent
was
with his
trying to
car.
exercise free speech.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Complete
crazy.
false
and that
equivalency.
dog in the car didn't even have a seatbelt on.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
which is
That's just what I think about that dog. So anyway, he made $137K a year. Perkins, he's going to file a lawsuit. He claims it's free speech, and none of this shocks me.
Maybe Renee Good just mistook the ICE officer for a curb. The joke is because women hit curbs.
Oh, right. It's true.
I got it.
We're terrible drivers. Oh my, yeah, maybe she was just trying to parallel park. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anywho.
Yeah, we just jump to this.
This is so exciting. Guys, this is a win for religious people in this country. This is a tweet from Eric Doherty. Just in, President Trump announces that on May 17th, we will rededicate America as one nation under God on the National Mall. The room erupts in cheers. Christian nation. American flag emoji. You can't. Let's play a little bit of Trump's.
Yeah.
Converts, and also the number of people going to church every week. To support this exciting renewal this morning, I'm pleased to announce that on May 17th, 2026, that we're inviting Americans from all across the country to come together on our national mall to pray, to give thanks, and we are going to do something that everyone said.
It's just like, screw the teleprompter.
That's tough.
I love those
We're
moments.
going to rededicate America as one nation under God. You know, a lot of people.
This would have been the perfect time to say Jesus Christ is King, but you know.
I would say USA.
USA.
I would take a chance.
Too close to midterms.
Yeah, it's USA time.
I can't help but think that he looks like a cartoon character right
He
there.
does that thing where he like does a full side profile, looks to both ways.
True.
Yeah.
Looking at
Thank you,
everybody.
everyone.
Thank you for the applause.
That's what I mean by the Spirit. It's so incredible to see it. I see it so much. I've never seen anything
Most of this
like
video
it
was standing
in 1
ovation.
year. I thought it would take 2 years.
Please feel free to get up and clap
clap
again.
A good portion of
Well,
this
we've done
video
it
just
in-
standing out. It's crazy.
Really, 10 months. We're at 12, but now it's just getting to a level that we've never reached before as a country. But that includes religion. I mean, and maybe that's part of the reason that we're doing so well. There's such great spirit. It's all spirit.
That audio's
and it
crunchy.
includes religion. I've always said, you just can't have a great country if you don't have religion. You have to believe in something. You have to believe that what
Have you
we're
always
doing
believed in
right
there's a
religion
reason
helps
for
too.
it. There has to be a reason for it. We're all working and we're behaving. I mean, I behave because I'm afraid not to. Okay, 'Cause I don't want to
Someone
get in
put that on a
trouble.
shirt.
Yeah.
We
He's
love
like, I'm
Trump.
getting old. I gotta, you know, I gotta schmooze God.
Yeah.
I love that he said that he's feeling it's really an uplifting in the spirit, and that religion is part of that. I'd like that. I align with that mentality. I think that religion is an afterthought of spirit. That the spirit really is in all of us, flows through everything, whether it's a magnetic force or some unforeseen momentum. But
Or the Holy
Or
Spirit.
the Holy Spirit?
yeah, whatever you want to
specifically?
call it. Yeah,
Part of the Holy
spirituality,
Trinity.
the spirit, whether it's a magnetic field, the Holy Spirit.
No, I think
Yoga, whatever you believe.
I will say that I
Definitely
think
not yoga.
Christians do not think the Holy Spirit is a magnetic field. I think I'm pretty sure.
Could be
about that.
both.
It's a dove.
You know, you look at it from one angle, you see a God man, and then the other angle, you see a flow. It's like the particle wave duality.
Like I said, I think the Christians look at it differently. But you're
Are you a
welcome,
Christian?
You're welcome to your beliefs.
Are you a Christian?
I was raised as a Christian. I was raised Catholic.
Are you Christian now?
I'm agnostic. How many times have you heard me say that?
Oh,
I'm just
no,
saying.
you're just speaking
I'm telling you what Christians
What you
believe.
think
because-
someone else might think. I don't know.
I'm telling you what Christians believe because I was raised Catholic.
I don't know. You can speak for yourself, you know.
My husband.
You're a Christian to speak on it.
I'm a Christian.
I would attend a Church of Ian for sure. I would watch you preach. I
That's
think
what
that
we're
would
doing
be.
right.
Gotcha, Phil.
It's the Church of Ian.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, instead of a cross land. Okay, all right. I'll work on that.
I know, Phil. I know there's like a carbon copy cut out of what Christians are supposed to think, but that doesn't mean we can't evolve, even Christians, and see more. You know, there's more. There's always going to be a new horizon of ways to see things.
I don't think so. I think the Word of God is infallible, and what exactly is in the Bible is what the Word of God is. And being a
Thank
Christian
you.
means believing that completely and not changing it to fit your own narratives and your own lifestyle. That is like the whole entire premise of being a Christian.
I think it's more about acts than about what you believe.
I think it's all of it.
It's not.
Like what if you believe something, but then you go do some horrific shit?
Well, the Bible says
Your
it's
wife
not by
or
acts alone, lest any man should boast. It's literally about Christ being our salvation. He grants us grace even though we don't deserve it, extends it to everyone who is willing to accept him as their Lord and Savior. It's actually like the core tenets of the Bible.
Do you think that people that believe that Jesus is their Lord and Savior that then go cheat on their wife are Christian?
That's just an example.
No, I think we're all sinners, and
Hypothetical.
without grace, we would all continue to be sinners. But because God is merciful and did give us his son to die on a cross to grant us grace to help us, I think that no matter what we do afterwards, it doesn't change who Christ is. Christ is the Son of God, and he gave us grace and he saved us. So it's not us and what we do and don't do, it's what he has done for us. That's the whole premise
God
of Christianity.
loves everybody equally. And I think that's, I don't know, it seems to be maybe Christians as a whole. It's so easy to like grandstand but I know that like puts a lot of people off of it, because I think if someone feels judged, maybe by somebody in the Christian or Catholic community, they're like, that's going to make them kind of pull away a little bit. But I think this is great what Trump is saying here. I think we were a Christian nation. We were founded under certain values, and when, I don't know, you have millions of Muslims kind of infiltrating your country, it's like it's easy to lose sight. We used to all have the same values.
I think that it was secularists that kind of came first, right? They kind of made the secularists kind of really pushed the Christians out of the center of the country, right? Because they would say, oh, especially in the 90s, there was so many people that looked at Christians as bad because of people like, because of the Catholic churches,
right?
Well, because of the Catholic churches, the scandals, because the Pope wasn't, condemning the priests that were actually, abusing kids.
Diddlers.
Yeah, they were abusing kids, and it went not just the cardinals, but it went all the way up to the Pope, and that really gave Catholicism a bad name. And then you had people like Jimmy Swaggart was the guy that was cheating on his wife or something like that. He was what was it? Yeah, it was Jimmy Swaggart who was cheating on he was a preacher at one of the mega churches, and he was cheating on his wife and stuff. So those kind of things really did a number on organized religion and Christianity in particular. And so Christians kind of got browbeat a lot, and so they weren't proselytizing the way they were before and stuff. And so after that, you had a situation where kind of like the secularists kind of moved in and kind of took over, and they're like, well, I'm kind of Christian. I have, we celebrate Christmas, but I don't go to church and stuff. And they kind of became the center of the United States. And so that kind of opened the door for people to say, well, there is no religion that the
More
U.S.
and more
has.
slack.
It's like we don't have a religion in the United
Well, we
States.
celebrate Amazon Prime Day.
Yeah,
that's good enough.
It's like,
It's the
Black
week-
Friday
yeah.
is the big holiday for us,
Oh, yes.
Secularism won because of the weakness of faith leaders.
Yeah.
That is exactly why they won. It was the watering down of the Bible. It was he's saying, well, I'm not going to call that a sin. Everyone's got a choice to live in their own private lives and do what they want to do. And it's the weakness of men. We found a lack of a spine throughout the years.
Letting gays get married.
It's doing things like we did these things because we said that we're polite people. We're not going to be mean to people.
Yep.
And the Bible commands us to speak in truth and love. That is two things we're supposed to do. And I can tell you the truth in a very loving way, but I have a requirement to tell you the truth. That is what the Holy Spirit asks us to do and tells us to do. So I think when we water down our faith leaders to give us these, these coffee shop talks, instead of actually reading the Word of God and convicting people to go out there and go and sin no more, we're not going to win the faith back. And I think the founding fathers were very clear we are a Christian nation. When they came together and said, freedom of religion, they were talking about Christianity because they were simultaneously burning women for being whores.
Right.
So I definitely think they were talking about Christianity.
And everyone has a phase like that in college. Right, ladies? I don't know. Humans are fallible. We all sin. And that's then Christ's love and forgiveness is available to everyone, no matter how bad, no matter how much.
And, even though like I'm an agnostic, I still understand that, the United States was founded by Christians. They were trying to escape the persecution from the Church of England. They wanted to be able to practice their faith in the way that they saw fit, the way that they believed that the Word told them to. And so like, even though I'm not, a believer, I understand the faith enough, and I understand our history enough to be able to say, yeah, we are a Christian nation. That's the morals that we all share here, or that most of us share in the United States. They come from Christianity.
The funny thing is, it was Christians that were fleeing other Christians. that were persecuted.
Yeah, they didn't want to be Catholic, like Roman Catholic.
Yep,
So it's like just Christians kind of vague, you know?
Well, again, that's why I specified the Church of England. Like the way, like the Church of England was basically, it was like kind of the king and then the Pope, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was basically the Catholics, and the Protestants. They wanted to get away from that. They didn't believe that God ordained the Pope to be the one speaking for God, right? They said that no, we can talk to God ourselves. We can pray to God. And so now you sure do have plenty of denominations, but the reason that we don't have a state religion is because of the Church of England, because we didn't want to have one church in the United States saying this is the religion of the United States, because there were a bunch of different Christian denominations here in the U.S.
They're actually, it was the Brownists, this guy Brown. They separated from the Church of England. The Church of England was fleeing the Catholic Church. Then a group of from the Church of England fled the Church of England. They're like, I can't get away. It's like,
well, I mean, that's what happened. That happened a lot. I mean, that's how you got, nowadays you kind of, most of the time in the U.S. people talk about either Catholics as Christians or they talk about Protestants. And those are the two main, and basically if you're not a Catholic, you're some form of Protestant. So the Baptists, the Episcopalians, those are all Methodists. Those are all Protestants. They're protesting the Catholic Church.
They don't like the stained glass windows. They don't like the statues.
They don't like the Pope.
They don't like the saints.
Yep. They don't believe in praying to saints, or they don't believe that saints will pray on your behalf.
I was raised Methodist. They wouldn't let you have wine. They give you little thimbles of cranberry juice and little like croutons to have. Oh, yeah.
Are they blessed croutons at least?
I don't know. No one knows what happens to the croutons, but I'm converting I'm actually in the process of converting right now. I'm in OCIA classes. It's a process that takes like a year. I started back in June, and then you get basically like, I was baptized Methodist, but you get like your, I guess, first confirmation on like Easter.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know. I was like, I want to be dunked into a thing of water, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Holy water.
Yeah, holy water.
Yep.
Aligns with those experiments where they bless the water and it changes the alignment of the structure. I don't know if they're actually real, but like.
And then do I get to then
water.
Turn around and sell that as my bath water?
You should bathe in holy water.
I think that's probably blasphemy.
Totally frowned upon.
Probably blasphemy.
That's true.
If you're like, I'm going to bathe in the holy water
But
and then sell it as my holy bath water, that's blasphemy.
Like, no,
Holy
Chrissy,
bath
no.
water.
Holy
Have you ever
bath
seen
water.
the video of like a frog in a pond and the frog's just vibrating and then the ripples start going out from the frog?
No, but I would
Is
love
it
to
hot
see
water?
that.
Like,
No, it's like in a lake. It's like in a
Oh.
pond and it's just a frog sitting there breathing and then he just starts vibrating. He's like ribbiting or something. And there's
was
all
it a
these
female frog? Like, what's she sitting
unknown.
on?
But I'm thinking of you doing that in the bathtub, not you particularly, but one in their
In a
holy water.
baptismal
Just
bathtub?
blessing
Terrible.
that shit.
Yes.
This is a serious show.
I was
Anyway.
not thinking of you in a bathtub.
I wasn't either.
I
No,
was, but it wasn't like weird. It was just like your head, you know, in the
No,
water.
it wasn't weird at all. He was thinking about a frog vibrating while he was thinking
Now I'm thinking about you in the bathtub.
Chrissy. Now that is a little,
video.
it's not weird at all.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
thinking about Serge in the bathtub, and it is weird. It's still weird, Serge.
It's pretty cool though. Like I, as an adult, like I appreciate how many hoops the church is making me jump through to get in the club.
You know
So
what we need is a bunch of people that aren't hypocrites to be Christians. Because the hypocrites will really turn me
literally
off.
what we're talking
not,
about. Yeah,
not
that's-
pretending to
that's
be
the
yeah,
crux
not
of it.
pretending to be
That's the crux of
perfect,
it.
and it's those people who pretend that they are, claim that they are perfect, that they are a model Christian or a model Catholic. It's like pride comes before the fall. None of us are perfect. Everyone has sinned.
So how do you guys find alignment with like big business churches that are big businesses?
What do you mean, like a mega church?
Yeah, mega churches.
I can answer that very clearly.
never
So
been to one.
there is a concept about new Christians needing milk like a baby, right? And I think mega churches do a really good job feeding milk to new Christians. It's a very watered down version, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're learning something. There comes a point where babies need to grow and they need solid foods. In your development in your faith with Christ, if you're actually praying and reading the Word of God, spending time with Him, you will get to a place where you'll understand the mega churches that while they serve a purpose, they don't serve a purpose for you in your faith and your walk. They really, really don't. It's more. It is a business model, and I also think that it's more of a production. I was a worship pastor for a couple of years, and the production side of it I always felt took away from the actual worship part of it. When you come into worship God, it's not supposed to be all these lights and things like that. It's
guitar
supposed
church.
to, yes, it's supposed to be you offering a sacrifice to God.
Although
So-
The Righteous Gemstones is the funniest show
That's
I've ever
exactly
seen,
what I
and
was thinking.
everybody
Maybe.
should watch it.
Yeah.
I
Uncle
think
Baby
that
Billy.
I'm glad that Catholics don't have drum kits in their churches. I think that a drum kit should be off limits in
My
a
dad
church.
told me, like, you're not supposed to enjoy this. It's supposed to be a sacrifice.
Bring
Fair
back the
enough.
organ. Bring back the choir.
Me and my girlfriend were going to the Latin Mass in
The
Charlestown.
monks in Charlestown. have
Yeah,
been
and
there.
it was super cool. I loved it. So we'll be going back when we get back to.
There's also
That
been a
seems
huge
neat.
departure in that. So like I'm a hymn enthusiast. The way the hymns were written is it's very much about God and the glory of God and celebrating the glory of God.
Is that one of your pronouns? He, him? Oh boy, Christian jokes coming at you.
Him.
Well, the new stuff is all about me, myself, and I. It's like, I got grace, I got this. It's all about me, and it's completely opposite of what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be about celebrating the glory of God. So, hymn enthusiasts, we should bring them
You
back.
can't have just a little grace.
Oh, like God doesn't give you anything; it's giving you something. It's not like I got that, now I have it. I'm receiving this right now, and if I change, I will no longer receive this gift. I will no longer receive this grace. So I have to maintain, parity.
You have to
that's
keep
an
it
in the
up.
weeds thing. There are some sects that believe you can lose your salvation on a long enough timeline if you continue to live in sin.
Yeah. But the real fundamental part of Christianity is that everybody is a hypocrite. Everybody falls short of the glory of God, and it's only through Christ that you can be redeemed.
Yeah, everybody can start
The
over.
long and short of it, they're like, you're a dirty loser anyway. Just bow down to us and you'll be fine.
No, not us.
Christ, yes,
Jesus
serve
Christ.
our Lord and Savior, your Lord and Savior, the King above you, that you serve Him. Do that and you'll be fine. Oh, by the way, it's through us that you serve Him.
It's not like that. It's
That's
like
actually what we're speaking of.
it's almost like
They're
if you
very
give your
critical
life
sounding.
over to Christ, it's basically like you're saying it's a huge weight that's lifted off your shoulders. You're basically saying like, use me, guide me. Like when I'm not an expert at praying yet, but like when I do pray, I'm like, hey, I pray for guidance. I pray for strength. I pray for clarity. Like I pray all the time, like, Lord, help me use my platform for like to the best of whatever is your plan. It's also helps, just like if you don't want to make a big prayer, like it's just like, oh, help guide me through this day. I think one of the women who's leading my OCIA class has this prayer, and a line that really stuck with me was like God, please destroy any plans today that are not part of your plan, which is like, what a great thing to remember. So if you're like stuck in traffic or something doesn't work out or like something happens to your day, we're like, oh, this is messed up, this is ruined. It's like, no, like maybe some things get upended because that's part of the plan and that maybe kept you away from something. Another thing that's good to remember is like, yeah, rejection is, oftentimes redirection. It kind of, it helps take some of the negativity and the heaviness. It's like, all right, well, someone else is like kind of steering you. You just have to be like, get in flow with it, get in flow with what God's plan is for your life. And then it's not all on you to make, every decision, on your own. It's like, we all kind of need to like rely on Him. I'm still figuring it out though.
So I feel about the comments sometimes is they're just redirecting me. They're not telling me to
Don't
stop.
listen to the comments,
Just telling me
Ian.
to
Don't read them.
Don't read the comments.
Man, I'm into
Don't
Taoism.
read 'em.
I think we're going to talk about politics again. But if you guys want to talk about Taoism and Christianity, maybe
I don't know anything
go
about
that
Taoism.
direction.
What do we have
Taoism,
here?
yeah, but
What's
we
this?
have kind of a breaking story here, so I'm going to give it to you.
Breaking news.
Chrissy.
Oh,
Just announced
a
urgent
tweet
warning from Secretary Marco Rubio and State Department. All U.S. citizens in Iran leave now. Have a plan for departing Iran that does not rely on U.S. government help.
Pick up a Persian rug and scram out of there.
Fly on out there.
I don't know why else
Your
somebody would go to
flying
Iran.
Carpet and
Get on your magic carpet
hit
and
the mountains.
scram.
However you got here, you might want to.
Damn, sounds like there's an attack imminent.
Kiss Jasmine goodbye.
Then what they're going to do is they're going to make it seem like there's not an attack imminent and then hit them. That's what they did last time, so that's what they'll be
that's true.
expecting.
The old
True.
switcheroo.
2 weeks,
So maybe they'll hit them exactly when they think they're
It could be
coming.
an older warning, though. From what I'm reading here on this, it says it was the warning. If everyone remembers, they were actually released this warning like about a month ago, December 5th. Did it get restated?
Yeah, it did. There's a bunch of
think
people
I
that are
reposted.
tweeting about it right now.
Somewhere Lindsey Graham is
Calvin
applying
Coolidge
lipstick
Project.
sitting on his couch.
The Calvin Coolidge Project just said just in the U.S. State Department has called on U.S. citizens to leave Iran immediately.
So this is more pressing then. Because the level 4 one that you see right here is do not travel.
How many levels are there?
Travel advisory. Because risks, I don't know how many
gonna
risks
say,
there are,
like-
but I imagine if they're saying leave immediately, it's probably a different level. It's a different level of intensity on this one. I don't know though. I'm looking.
What
it up
is
right
there?
now.
Are there
look up,
colors? How do we know how?
Like red, yellow,
Yeah.
How
orange.
many levels of intensity are there?
Oh, this is a
is it blinking?
This is a January 12th alert. This is not breaking.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Grok. Someone just was asking Grok about it, and Grok says the U.S. State Department has issued a security alert on February 5th, 2026, urging American citizens to leave Iran immediately due to ongoing protests, unrest, internet outages, flight disruptions, and risk of terrorism, kidnapping, and arbitrary detention. They suggest departing by land to Armenia or Turkey if safe. Commercial flights are limited. For details, check travel.state.gov.
Right. It's
Do not
crazy
walk.
how-
I run out of there.
I got
Oh, boy.
I got a news article on a live TV show with 500,000 people, and I just started acting like it was real. We didn't even, and it's just not. This was not breaking. This is like that's very dangerous
Well,
to do stuff like that.
that's the last time we trust Gunther Eagleman on this show.
This is new. This is new.
This is not a
February.
story.
Today is February 5th.
I
Okay,
just
all
pointed
right.
out like how a month ago they did tell people that like, hey, we're putting on notice. Let me bring it up right here really fast. This is level 4. Do not travel to Iran. But I believe they may have told them at the same time, hey, you should probably leave. But from what I'm seeing here and what I've actually looked up already, I checked this before I posted it. I saw it from our chat here. They re-announced it, or they said it again this month, saying like, "Hey guys, it's ramping
Really get
up.
out.
You should get out."
Spectator Index tweeted 30 minutes ago, breaking: the U.S. State Department calls on U.S. citizens to leave Iran immediately. Let's see, where's another one? So yeah, I mean, it is breaking news. There's probably not imminent strikes, as in things in the air on the way right now. But I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if it happened in the next 24
Right
hours.
here it
or
says.
whatever.
Move it down. A
And
peg
where
on
is this
places to
document
visit.
from? Is this from the
This is from, I believe, from the State Department.
State Department says, leave Iran now. Have a plan for departing Iran that does not rely on U.S. government help. Flight cancellations and disruptions are possible with little warning. Check directly with your airlines for updates. Man, I hope people don't have Spirit tickets out of there, because I would book another airline. If you cannot leave, find a secure location within your residence or another safe building. Have a supply of food, water, medications, and other essential items. Avoid demonstrations. Keep a low profile and stay aware of your surroundings. Monitor local media for breaking news. Be prepared to adjust your plans. Keep your phone charged. This is like mom. This is like your mom sending you a text. Keep your phone charged and maintain communication with family and friends to inform them of your status.
Oh, this is so. I'm just reading more about the Iranian situation from TWZ.com. Middle East preparing for war ahead of U.S.-Iran negotiations tomorrow in Oman. The U.S. and Iran are having diplomatic negotiations.
Is there like a bomb emoji next to the negotiation word?
Just straight up negotiations. So
Okay.
what they're doing
Check
is
your beepers at the door.
They're loading the chamber so that this is going to be a power move during the negotiations. They're going to be like, look, now everyone negotiates. No, we pulled our people out. You're going to do what we say now, or
So, because they can't take people as hostages, right? Oi.
Ooh. Let's see. They were doing some sort of nuclear talks. Here it says from Iran Observer. Iran's foreign minister says he talks with the U.S. will take place on Friday in Oman. From Sayed Abbas Aragchi, whatever his name is.
Tamagotchi.
Aragchi. Nuclear talks with the United States are scheduled to be held in Muscat on the 10 a.m. or on about 10 a.m. Friday.
so
Muscat
So it's gonna happen.
Sally.
This is happening tomorrow.
they're pulling the citizens. They're issuing the citizens out before the diplomatic negotiations. You know, it's not. They're not going to be talking nice.
Well,
there's
I
no
mean,
way
yeah,
they're
that's
gonna
the
be able
thing.
to get out.
If the Iranians don't play ball, I imagine strikes are imminent, right? Like, so they get together tomorrow at 10 a.m. and if they don't hammer things out, I wouldn't be surprised if there were strikes tomorrow evening, which would be about this time tomorrow evening, probably during Timcast.
Should we check the flights out of Iran?
Is when they would happen.
What's Rubio saying here?
This is from yesterday, I believe. But he was talking basically about what Iran is
The fundamental
doing.
problem Iran faces and the regime faces right now is that what people are on the streets complaining about, this regime cannot address. They cannot address it because it's economic. Those problems remain. And one of the reasons why the Iranian regime cannot provide the people of Iran the quality of life that they deserve is because they're spending all their money, they're spending all their resources of what is a rich country,
On terrorism.
sponsoring terrorism, sponsoring all these proxy groups around the world, exporting, as they call it, their revolution. But I remind everybody what I've been saying through my entire career in public service. I said it in my hearing when I was asking for confirmation through the Senate. The Iranian people and the Iranian regime are very unalike. In essence, what the Iranian people want, this is a culture with a deep history. These are people that are the leadership of Iran at the clerical level does not reflect the people of Iran. I know of no other country where there's a bigger difference between the people that lead the country and the people who live there.
Yeah, it sounds
and so
like
our
regime
hope
change to
resides in
me.
that. As far as the
It
president's
does,
views on
yeah.
the way protesters were treated, he was very clear about it.
in this-
And as you saw,
Helping democracy.
part of what the president said publicly prevented
I think they want
mass
monarchy.
executions
They want
that
the
were
king
being
back,
planned and
the
that we're on
Shah.
the precipice of. And obviously beyond that, the president retains a number of options to how he responds to that and future events. But as far as the talks are concerned, I think the Iranians had agreed to a certain format. For whatever reason, it's changed in their system or what have you. We'll see if we can get back to the right place.
I stopped
But the
listening.
United States
Thanks,
is prepared
Mark.
to meet with
I
them.
kind of like, I mean, I don't like the idea of regime change. I'm kind of an isolationist when it comes to my policy as far as foreign policy goes. But if we are going to do regime change, I prefer the way Trump has done it.
Yeah.
Let's get in, let's get out. Let's not nation build. Let's not put troops on the ground. Let's just get the resources we need. We're in a lot of debt. Take them if we need them.
Yeah, and in the context of Iran, there are a lot of people that want the Shah back. There's a guy that's alleged to be ready to go. I don't remember the Shah's name.
Reza Pahlavi.
He was living in the United States. I believe he lived in Texas. And he was, he started a website that was being broadcast in Iran. People could go there and get information.
Was his website called shotornot.com?
I don't know.
Shots or not? No. Okay.
I don't think so.
All right, back to the drawing board. I loved that website.
But yeah, I think the point is that there are people that want to see that government return. If the existing regime is booted out, it won't be the United States, propping up a government. There'll be a government that gets put into place that's an Iranian government, it's a Persian government pretty quickly. So,
Which again is, I think, a lot better.
yes, absolutely.
option.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Wow.
With Venezuela, we had a guy, Maduro. I don't know how much of a dictator he was, how many people running it. Iran, I have not worked in the Iranian government, but I think it's a more entrenched
Not with that
system.
attitude, Ian.
Yeah, I wasn't bright enough. 45 years, I think they've been in power, so they're heavily entrenched. If we did remove the top 8 guys from power there, we'd still have a bureaucracy, like a deep state, Iranian deep state, that probably would be hunting down. But militarized aspects of society would be hunting people down. Who knows?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know. I've read some stuff that there are people that are kind of like you say, like behind the scenes people that are actually in charge. So even if the Ayatollah is not the guy there, the regime stays in power. So I would assume that the United States is aware of that if it's true, and I assume they also have a plan for that if they're actually looking to get those people out of power and actually have a changing government. But it's not something that I have a whole lot of information.
I think as well with this, it's very different than like a situation where you're going to create martyrs. Rubio is stating that everyone in Iran, which is what we all kind of know, most people in Iran are not down with what the regime is doing. They're not going to be suddenly like, oh, I can't believe the U.S. came and killed our Ayatollah. Yeah, there'll be probably a couple of those guys, but it's not going to be by and large like the whole culture is against the United States for getting rid of or ousting this leadership. We're not going to see martyrs. We're going to see an overall end in terrorist funding around the world because these guys bankroll everything. We've proven that they do it, and they've done it for a long time. So I see it as positive. I hope that it works out the right way.
Is it kind of similar to like when they took Maduro out of Venezuela, and it seemed like most Venezuelans were happy with that?
That's what I'm saying. But, it's also to where Adam was saying it's better to do it kind of like the black bag method as opposed to like the big bombs and like
Exactly,
the whole,
yeah.
Throw them in a
the whole
sack.
nine. Yeah.
Black bag 'em.
Have Barney come back out clean up. All right.
He'll feel like his wife for once, or one of them.
What 2 people do in the privacy of their own bedroom is their business, Adam.
That's crazy.
From the AF Post, the Israelis want the U.S. to strike Iran, but President Trump is just not there and really does not want to do it.
We don't
according to
need to
US
know what
officials.
India thinks.
Which means he's going to. He's going to tell everyone he's not going to.
Redirecting.
Hit them when they close their eyes.
Look over here.
Wait till they blink.
I mean, that's
Wow.
what. That's
you
what happened.
You
with
pulled
the-
this one before Trump, but I still think you're going to pull it again. What's that?
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I'd rather you do it than don't.
I will say one positive thing about this this presidency we've seen this time: no leaks.
Yep.
We just get it done. And it's like,
Right.
it's over. It's over now. I think
Yeah.
it's been one of the best things about this presidency.
Yeah.
And it gives me a lot
Yeah.
of hope and faith that things are coming, things will be happening.
Yeah, and largely that's because because of the changes in the at the Department of War with the media there,
Yes.
and the changes at the White House, the media room there. The media that was covering Donald Trump, they had a lot of connections. They knew a lot of people, and they would get information and they would put it out regardless of how many people's lives they endangered, regardless of how much of a problem it became for America. Because, well, one, it was a scoop, and two, they could go ahead and cast Donald Trump as a bad guy.
That's such a liability.
Yep.
It's
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
irresponsible.
Oh, Biden was doxing SF guys.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like
Moron.
crazy stuff.
Yep.
Crazy stuff.
I think another thing that speaks to my point is this right here. You see this graffiti that someone shared that is written in Farsi, I assume, saying President Trump, don't negotiate with the killers of the people of Iran. So they're literally
I don't know
calling
if
out
that's Farsi,
Trump.
Serge. Look, those look like a couple of boobs there in the middle, separated by some squiggles.
It's Pornhub,
That's
yeah.
to throw them off.
This is
That's
this,
boobsy.
this is regarding them allegedly slaughtering tens of thousands of protesters over the last month or something.
Yeah, there's reports, and I don't know how reliable these are, but there's reports that they've killed like a couple dozen thousand, so like 24 or 30.
I heard it was
Wow.
6 million.
Couple dozen thousand.
You got to go there, right? You got to go there.
We all know it wasn't that many. No kidding.
Yeah,
Just
I've
kidding.
heard that they killed a guerrillian.
Just say it wasn't.
But yeah, the reports coming out are that they've killed like 36,000 people or something like that. So, I don't know how reliable they are. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but they've killed a lot. I know they have killed a lot of people.
Couldn't this
There's a
person
lot-
just send a tweet instead of spray painting
wouldn't be
this?
as
because they're
Yeah,
turning
it's
off
true.
the internet.
Yeah,
that's the
internet.
problem. They
Right.
shut off the regular internet like a week ago or
Yeah,
something.
maybe they're
like
trying to do an at symbol, like at Trump.
You're making fun of the writing still.
Yes, I'm making fun of the shitty writing. Okay.
that. Your penmanship is awful.
Oh, man.
It's terrible.
So, but yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, look, if they're going to be talking tomorrow and the State Department's issuing a warning now, I think it's I mean, not that I have any kind of insider information, but it's likely that if the talks break down, because they've been putting stuff in place for the past couple weeks. I think there's 2 carriers in the area now, and I said a couple weeks ago, like people were talking about things were moving, and I was like, at the time there were no carriers in the region. I was like, they're not doing anything until there's aircraft carriers there, because the aircraft, it's not just the aircraft carrier, it's a whole strike group that comes along with it. So there's a bunch of ships that are just there to shoot missiles and stuff. Now that there's 2 carriers in there, that's how something's going. Or at least that's how the United States has the capability to do to do strikes that are sustained, and to make sure that if there are any special forces or anything that are on the ground, because again, they were talking about special forces guys getting into the area as well. If they're there on the ground waiting for the signal to go, you have to have a quick reaction force. You have to have, normally if it's Army going in, there'll be the Rangers on QRF, but if it's this kind of situation, there's probably a couple thousand Marines on those aircraft carriers that they can use as a quick reaction force. So if something goes bad, you'll have backup, and the U.S. doesn't move without that kind of stuff nowadays.
This stuff is like also kind of intimidating sounding, but it does make me happy that we can rely on our really strong military, and just like, oh, okay, they're like kind of the best. So
Well, after Venezuela, I mean, if I were in the Iranian government, I'd be crapping my pants. Like, oh, they can just take me in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. They just take me.
I mean, as much as people love to say the United States was beaten in Afghanistan, it was beaten in Vietnam, the U.S. has lost all these wars. The U.S. has had bad policy, but the U.S. military doesn't lose engagements. I mean, in the 80s, the United States literally took out half of Iran's navy in 8 hours. The Fat Electrician has a great.
did they sink their battleship?
They did. They had 2 modern ships, and I'm pretty sure that they scuttled one and they let one limp home. But they literally destroyed half of their navy in 8 hours, and it was kind of like It wasn't an accident, but it was kind of an accident, because they were like, well, go do this and don't do anything unless you're shot at, and Iran shot at them, and so the U.S. they responded, and when the U.S. responds, like, everything dies.
Wow.
So, like I said, watch the Fat Electrician's video on it. It's
fantastic.
Just look for just Google the Fat Electrician proportional, and it's a great video. He's hilarious. Anyways, you should watch all of his stuff. But the one on the U.S. taking out half of Iran's navy in a day, it's a great video. But the U.S. doesn't lose military engagements.
Well, I don't think we necessarily lost, Iraq, Afghanistan. I just think there was just no clear. What was our victory?
Yeah.
What was the actual mission?
It's just
And there was no
people-
clear parameters of what victory looked like.
Yeah, people just like to say, "Oh, the U.S. lost. The U.S. lost," and it's fair enough. The U.S. goals, the U.S. political goals weren't achieved, but the U.S. didn't lose engagements at all. I can't think of any significant engagement. Obviously, people died. People in the military died. There were casualties, but there was no significant military engagement that the U.S. got into where they didn't absolutely crush the opposition. And that's whether you're talking about the the Iraq wars 1 and 2, Vietnam, Afghanistan, like all of these military operations, the U.S. absolutely dominated on, the U.S. military absolutely dominated. It's just that the political goals were not met.
Vietnam. The Tet offensives, when it shifted and it routed the Americans into a full retreat, just getting slaughtered off hills and dying in the jungle, napalming, like friendly fire. It was after the Tet offensive began, which is where the North Vietnamese, came in a surprise attack with Chinese weapons, Russian weapons. Basically, the reason we lost those engagements in Vietnam was because we were up against Russian weaponry, Soviet weaponry at the time. They were feeding them to the North Vietnamese.
I've been told that my Tets are
Hold on.
offensive.
In the Tet offensive, approximately 50 to 60,000 Viet Cong died, compared to 2,600 Americans died.
Yeah, but how many? That was a losing offensive. We lost that offensive.
we lost the PR war.
They
actual
evacuated.
That's
if you're saying that they didn't lose battles in Vietnam, I'm sorry.
When you kill 50 to 60,000 people versus losing 2,600 people, that is not a military victory for the other side.
Well, if your soldiers were 5 other enemy soldiers, it is.
Like I said, Ian, the political goals were not met. They decided that it was no longer worth fighting because they weren't going to be able to meet the political goals. So the U.S. is like, okay, we're leaving. But the military engagements, the actual gunfights, the fights, the U.S. didn't lose, and that's the evidence. 50 to 60,000 Viet Cong died in the Tet offensive. 2,600 Americans were killed.
I know, but what was the value of an American troop to the value of a North Vietnamese troop? The American troop was clad out in gear probably worth 100 times a Vietnamese person's life. They had sticks. They did have Soviet weaponry.
But the point that I'm making is the military engagement. The U.S. military didn't lose the military engagement. The politics were bad, but the U.S. military won the engagements.
I agree the politics were bad. And that is why Nixon was forced to, that's why we eventually pulled out, because people at home were pissed off. But there were a lot of engagements in Vietnam that the Americans did not win. It was that was like a slog. Like no one was winning. People would lose, they would win, they would lose, they would win, dudes would get walk through, like a platoon of dudes would walk by and 6 of them would get shot and killed in like 7 seconds. And then that's a lost engagement. But since the Soviet Union's fallen, we haven't lost any.
There were definitely ambushes, but in the U.S. lost 56,000 people in the Vietnam War, right? Overall, the VC lost 849,000 people. So again, yes, there were times where the U.S. took casualties, but the overall military engagements, the U.S. absolutely dominated. The problem was you can't subjugate people that aren't going to be subjugated, right? The political side, they weren't going to win. But when you go by, and I'm not talking about the politics, I'm talking about just the military operations, right? The U.S. is absolutely the premier military in the world and has been since the end of World War II. The U.S., in Korea, right? There were 2 million people that died fighting the Americans in Korea, or Chinese that died, because they would just send wave after wave after wave after people. They would send them out with no guns. There'd be a dude with a gun in the front. There'd be a guy behind him without a gun. Says, when that guy dies, pick up his gun. So yes,
Wow.
I understand that the politics side didn't, the political goals weren't achieved. And so so technically the U.S. lost. But the point that I'm trying to make is that the military engagements, when you're talking about just what the military is doing, the military doesn't lose. And it's not that they can't, but overall, it's like 50-1 engagements the U.S. wins.
America.
Yes. Yeah, Vietnam was the last real bloody war the Americans have ever fought, for sure.
Christopher Walken lost his life in the Russian roulette game.
Okay, everybody, remember to smash that like button. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share this video with friends. We'll be going to Super Chats and Rumble Rants now. But remember to join us on Timcast.com to join us for the call-in section of this show, which is going to happen right after we finish up going to the people. What are the people saying? Let's see here. Super poopers. Read that one? Oh, no, that's terrible.
Yeah, don't even read that one. Hey, thanks for the $40, though.
But thank you for the money.
They gave us $20 twice, so great.
Did he say the same thing?
Yeah. And they gave
Well,
us twice.
okay,
so,
let's read that then.
if you want. I mean, we could read this one.
Not
right
this CUNT again. All right, fine. Well, we get the gist of that. Joey, let's get someone more positive. Thank you for the money, though, sir. Joey giggles. Ian I would play WoW with you. Oh, World of Warcraft with you and talk all the lore and talk about alternate dimensions and alternate realities. But your weak spot is politics, and I'd have to walk away from that convo thinking, WTF.
If you haven't figured out by now, I can't stand talking about politics. I want to know what's happening in the world, but I can't stand. It's just so boring.
Ian
it's
has
so
many strengths.
Circle
Yeah.
round, and we know it's not the answer, but we keep yeah.
I also can't talk about politics either, so
it drives me nuts.
it's all good. Let's see. Westbro, thank you for the super chat. Love you, Chrissy. You're the penny packs of Thank you. More super chats of people who like
Find
me and less
those
from that
ones.
other guy.
I'm working on it. That one's right on top.
The Republic boss, joining the tradition. We are in the recovery room greeting our firstborn. Oh, welcome to the world, baby Cooper. Congratulations. We always love baby announcements on
We got
this
another
show,
one right,
right?
here, actually. Oops, let's go back. Right there, this guy.
Nemo's little hand, keeping the tradition alive, guys. Baby number 3 is on the way. What did he just conceive it?
Doing the
Did he
good work.
literally just blow on the phone and send
I'm
the
pretty
super
sure
chat?
baby number 3 is on the way now.
Wow. Thank you
Wow.
for keeping us updated. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Let's see. This
3
one right here
kids,
is
that's a
pretty
good number.
Yeah, isn't that replacement
Solid.
rate?
That's
That's
solid.
replacement, I think. Yeah.
A boy, a girl, and then my mom said to me, she's like, we had a boy, and then we had a girl, and then we didn't care what came out next. And that was me. I was the third.
My mom said if I was
And
born
they kept
first,
that
there
up.
wouldn't have been a second one.
Oh, yeah, do it right the first time.
I was
Have
a
son.
cryy, whiny baby.
I'm not your buddy.
Guy.
Guy. Disappointed in Lisa's take on Alberta the other day. Alberta literally funds most of Canada through oil. We do get labeled MAGA, which is fair as we are way further to the right of rhinos in the U.S.
Based.
Nice.
Based.
Yeah. Sick.
Why can't we take Alberta?
Because they're Canadians.
I don't know. I like the cut of their jib. House of Good and Evil. Ian, I'm producing a feature road trip drama this September. Would love to see if you'd be interested in our role. The script has won its 80th award. How can I connect with you?
Ooh, the 80 awards. Hit me up on Twitter, man.
No, the award's just called the 80th award.
It's the 80th award. He made it himself.
I
My
gave
mother
it 80
loves it.
awards.
If you just said your thing has won 80 awards and you want to make it, send me a link to that thing.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That sounds good. Let's see. Should we read? Let's from Misma. Should we read that one? Phil, I'm sure your tour is already planned, but we'd love to see all that remains and Born of Osiris down here in the El Paso, Texas area. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man. I'd love it, but not on this run, dude. I appreciate it.
Nice.
You don't like Texas, Phil?
Just not on this run. I like Texas. I mean, there's a lot of great places to play in Texas.
Play at a Buc-ee's.
That'd be so sick.
do a
Just
Buc-ee's
sit
right
right
would be.
Yeah.
Dude, a music video
I
at a
would go to
Buc-ee's would
that.
go
On
so
top
hard.
of the
would go
thing
so
over
hard.
the,
Dude,
over
yeah.
the
How
gas
has no one
station.
done that before?
That would be sick.
Shane H. Wilder, breaking. TrumpRx.gov has launched. And unlike the Obamacare website, TrumpRx actually works and hasn't crashed.
Hey, that's actually worth something, isn't it? Right?
Buy our super Viagra, Trump Viagra. It keeps you
trying to
harder
bring up
longer.
You'll be huge.
Lander.
You'll be huge.
Huge.
There are good balls on both sides. Sorry. It's inappropriate.
It'll make your hands look very tiny.
Well, Trump.rx.
TrumpRx.com.
You could get a $RX.
What's the
Dot
site?
is it,
gov.
Trump?
Oh, that's why it's done.
TrumpRx.gov. From Sergeant Buck 01. But CNN told me that
Look at that.
borders were
Pops right up.
racist,
Just
gay,
pops
and
right up.
also
That's a great
war
design.
crime.
Look
too.
up Valtrex. I want to compare prices.
Here we go. Find the world's lowest prices on prescription drugs. America was being overcharged for medicine, the same drugs made in the same factories. Oh, yeah, Trump's been talking about this for a while. At the same dosages, and Americans were paying up to 1,000% more than in any other country. This is unacceptable.
Because other countries steal our
at how much-
our
look at
formulas.
Canada.
We
This
make like
is- I
98%
had
of
no
all the
idea.
medications on the market,
Yep.
and companies just across the world just reverse engineer them and just take all of our medicine.
This is a great
This is a
site.
great website design.
Wow.
Loving this.
I like it.
Look
I
at
just
that,
like
dude.
Oh, go back up a little bit
Wow.
because I heard Trump mention this. The most favored, introducing most favored. Oh, thanks to President Trump, days of big pharma price gouging are over. Leveraging the full weight and power of the USA, the president has ensured every American gets the lowest prices on prescription medications in the developed world.
Look at that gold USA right
It's
there.
gold.
Whoa.
It's a golden country.
Gotta love
I
that.
want to see
Look,
Greenland
there's
turn
Alaska.
gold.
Where's the gold back here?
We're gonna put
Just
some gold on Greenland. Give us
all
time.
this, all right here.
That should be gold.
Introducing
Yeah.
most favored
The rest is
nation
some moon.
pricing, guaranteeing huge savings for Americans.
Puerto Rico's
Look at
not
this.
gold. It's
That's
just-
such an incredible.
Whoa. This is
Those
incredible.
visuals, man. Yeah.
Like, I don't need one of those, but I kind of want to get one now.
I think it's time to legalize steroids again. That would just be a great
Look,
move.
Ozempic, $199 a month instead of over $1,000.
Wow.
You don't have to stay on
That's
Ozempic,
like a
right?
gym membership.
No, you
No,
don't.
it's,
use it
it's
once
meant
for
to be like a very
Wow.
like I think it's like a 12-week cycle and then you're done.
Frequently asked questions.
But it actually it helps rewire your brain because I mean your eating habits you habituate it. You know you're going to eat like you usually eat, but when you reduce your appetite, you change your habits. You will eat less when you were done because you've just habituated to eating less.
Also,
Probably save money,
Ozempic
too,
causes
on
forever diarrhea and Ozempic face.
Have you heard that? Is that literally it does that, or is that
Oh, yeah.
allegedly?
Oh, yeah. Allegedly, literally, it's all there.
It can also cause blindness. That's actually
Yeah, I heard
Blindness,
that.
diarrhea.
Can cause. If you say it does cause, then you're making a legal claim. But if you say can cause, may cause,
Ian's right.
then you're okay.
I don't know what else to blame my diarrhea on.
Oh.
Pop and
Taco Bell.
Patch, Pop and Patch. Right, we did have Taco Bell the other day. Pop and Patch's video. It was a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Johnson, at the very ritzy Brandon Herrera fundraiser. Good luck on your campaign. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. It was fantastic to meet you as well. That was a great event.
Where was it?
It was out in Vegas, Trump Tower actually.
Ooh,
Nice.
fun.
There was a suite up there. It was a bunch of really good supporters of Brandon's. By the way, if you live in Texas 26, I got to shout out Brandon. Brandon here is running for Congress out there trying to displace the rhino of a man out there. I'm not going to say his name. He's a terrible person. It's Tony Gonzalez. No one likes him.
It's Teddy Gonzalez.
Maybe possibly had something to do with someone being set on fire. It's all
Allegedly.
hearsay at this point. I'm not saying it happened, but definitely go vote for him. Go to his website, vote. What is it? Vote Brandon for Texas.
Yep.
Vote Brandon for Texas. Give him some money as well. Brandon needs to win. We need good people in Congress.
And the last time that Brandon ran against Hernandez, right? Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Last
Same,
time,
same thing.
yeah, it was
400 votes.
It was a razor thin margin. So if you have any inclination to go vote, if you're thinking maybe, go and vote. It's super important to go and vote. So make sure you get out there.
His primary's in March, so we don't have a lot of time left. So
Yeah, get out
Brandon's
there,
cool.
vote.
James Johnson 69999. Dude, Gingercast live tonight. Hope you all brought extra suntan lotion down to Florida. Lol.
All the gingers.
the #1 soulless podcast reaching you on the YouTube.
I'm actually off sunblock. I feel like it causes more
It
cancer
doesn't.
than it
I
prevents.
heard it was
It
seed
doesn't.
oils that causes
Yeah.
a lot of that sunburn.
So I'll just be out there with a big old hat. Okay. War Forged History. Inspired by your push for independent media, I launched War Forged History. You cover the culture war. I cover the real wars that shaped it. Deep diving into World War II, Cold War, and more. Thanks all.
Hey, buddy, it's
Love
a
that
real
stuff.
war.
That sounds like fun.
I hate to burst your
That's
bubble, but this is a
awesome.
war. Whether you think it's not, it's a war. It's just ideas right now, but that's what all wars are. At the end of the day, it's ideas fighting other ideas.
Yep.
So it's a war. Hate to admit it.
It's an information war.
Yep. It's just the next generation of warfare. It's like little drones.
I blame TikTok. Millennial Mama. Other states give illegals CDLs. What is that? And then
Commercial
they.
driver's license.
Oh, okay. And then they come through states like mine and unalive people. That's BS. Maybe we need something like city states.
No, we just need to deport all of the illegals. That's what we
Florida
need to
does
do.
not recognize those licenses.
Nice.
coming out of
That's
California
fucking
now.
cool. That's like that.
No, DeSantis is the most base governor in the world. I'm going to miss that guy when he's gone.
Oh. Wolf37401 leftists accusing everyone they disagree with of being everyist and ism has become so common that I no longer trust anyone who hasn't been targeted like that by blue sky weirdos. Y'all are good. LOL.
Cheers.
I just say thank you. I get called a racist. Thank you. You see me.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you saw me, and it's like you get me.
Yeah. Yes. And this is North. This is not the. Oh my God. I can't read.
This is not the.
This is not the country. I just heard Simcast merch ideas. Oh, yes. Well, DM me. Remind me of them.
Nice.
Let's
just go right here.
Freeman 3. Oh, what's up, Freeman? Well, I ran live to see GTAVI.
It's will Iran live to see GTA 6?
Oh, whoops. Well, that's how you know I don't play video games.
Read it how you want. It's cool.
Chitavi? What's Chitavi? Stupid. Okay.
Let's see. I'm gonna pull back to the Rumble rants here.
Rumble rants.
It's a good one from
Oh, yes.
Misfit Brat.
Misfit Brat. Ian, Holy Spirit is like the mind of God in that when you do wrong, you feel guilty/convicted. You regret your behavior and want to strive not to do it again. Hard-hearted people do not feel that rebuke. Yeah, I've also heard like the Holy Spirit be referred to as like a messenger, kind of like
So secular people call it your conscience. That's the same thing.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
But the idea that he's trying to communicate here is that like hard-hearted people or people that don't have a conscience are like he's making the statement that they don't have that mind of God. They're not full of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah,
is what he's
because
saying.
I think it's bending you towards it. Like if it is a magnetic, we're obviously in a magnetic field, but if that thing is somehow aligned within a magnetic field, you're being pulled towards that alignment. And the people that go broken, they can shut off that alignment. Like they can really resist it to the point where they're no longer even really being pulled towards it.
I would also say that in the actual Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, after Jesus dies, he says, greater is the one that comes after me, and that is the Holy Spirit. So you get Acts, which is next. So these people who followed Christ are not necessarily Christians. You know, it came after when the Holy Spirit came upon them. So it's it actually is like a spiritual manifestation of God that lives through us.
Oh, you're saying after Jesus died, the Holy Spirit started working through the followers or like the people that came after, and they started kind of building an ecosystem of righteousness.
They're all part of the Trinity. Like they're all part of the same thing. It's a hard concept. I even
it's all in one.
struggle understanding it. So
in the beginning was the Word of God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. It's the Holy Trinity.
All Christians believe in those specific tenets. But yeah, let's go back to the chats.
No Ian Buss. 2594. I am a resident of Manatee County,
I think.
Oh, Manatee County. What is your stance on the proposed cruise ship terminal? Please get it done so my property value will expose.
So they're talking about putting in a giant cruise port down where I live. I think it's a terrible idea. It's going to be terrible for the ecosystem. Manatee County is a small county that's being overdeveloped, and we're basically ruining all the things that make it a charming place to live. So when it's not just a cruise port they're putting in. These cruise ports will be sending out tens of thousands of people a week. So it's not just, they're going to come here and leave. You will have to build housing for the crew members. You'll have to build housing for people who work at the port. And it's basically going to take all of Terracea and just turn it into a city. I don't want a city.
Also,
I want
pirates.
to go fishing.
I don't know. I would worry about the pirates. I would worry about the pirates.
So I'm actually very much against having a cruise port. There's already a port there. We have shipping that comes in, but bringing in an entire cruise terminal, I think is a terrible idea.
They'd be like, look at me.
And honestly, do you know cruise people? Do you know cruose ship people?
I've never been on one.
Usually you visit
you don't have to say cruise ship people. You can just say blacks, Adam. The moral gray. The views of Chrissie Mayr are not related to that of Timcast IRL. The moral gray. Hey guys, I had my general liability insurance deny a business claim, and now I am at risk of losing it all. I have a give, send, go. Search, save my business. Anything helps, especially prayer. Thanks.
Hey, God bless you, man.
Amen, man.
Best of luck.
Did he have a name or a link?
I think it's called Save My Business.
Save my business.
Save my business on Give, Send, Go.
Yep.
Nikki Davis, 1743. I'm 30 with 6 kiddos. Love the show in all caps. Great job, everybody. Oh, thanks, Nikki.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good for you.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Babies. Everyone have babies. Get someone pregnant today.
Give me a few days.
Yes, but true. Sorry, just one more for Chrissy this time. I love the randomness. Play at a Buc-ee's. And so many other fun things said. Appreciate you, lady. Oh, thank you.
Another one right here.
Oh my God, it's another compliment. Thank you, El Chipper. Chrissy, awesome to hear you're going through OCIS. Wish you and your family the best. Sup, everyone.
Sup.
It is really awesome. It feels like a great college class where you just talk about philosophy and ideas the whole time. It's very, very cool.
Yeah, true. Let's do.
Does it cost a bunch of money?
No, it's free.
I could just go take the class and then be like, yeah, I'm not really interested in being a Catholic, but I love the class. Could I do that?
Like, you mean be like audit the class?
Yeah.
Like become in with a clipboard?
Yeah.
I think you have to be
encourage you to
serious.
go to these places and listen.
Yeah.
I do. I think you might like it.
But you can also just show up at a mass and follow along. Like you can open up like the book that's in the pews at the mass, and you can actually read along with everything. Because like we have like a guy with like a thick Indian accent who's like the priest at my church, and so
You have to read along.
New York.
New York. It's all right. He's and so you can follow along with like each of the prayers and each of the like the readings at mass, which helps.
Have you read C.S. Lewis?
I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe like
I'm gonna send
30 years ago.
I'm going to get you a couple of C.S. Lewis books. You would love them.
Shane H. Wilder.
Oh, there you go.
Shame.
Congratulations, Chrissy, on crossing the Tiber.
Tiber.
Tiber?
Mm-hmm.
What's a Tiber?
It's a river.
Oh.
There you go.
What river?
Roman River, I think.
It's a river in the Middle East.
Oh, okay.
Middle East? Where is it?
And welcome home. Oh, yeah,
I guess
okay.
near Rome.
Pax Vobiscum, peace be with you. Oh, and
Roman.
also,
And
with,
also with
you.
you.
Yeah, also with you. Let's see this one right here. From Kenneth.
Kenneth Stav, IG. Vietnam was a police action, and because of that, the United States could not use its full military prowess.
That might be true. They used quite a bit, though. You know, they napalmed those jungles in Laos pretty hard. They did, but maybe you're
Allegedly.
Right. Yeah.
Allegedly. The fallen 501st. It should be noted that an Iranian drone was shot down today after it approached a U.S. carrier today.
Aggressively approached. I'm not kidding. They were, part of the reason was it wasn't just like tooling around. They were like, oh,
Full
that thing
speed.
looks like it's
Beeline.
a missile. Yeah, it was coming.
Oh, boy.
It was hauling.
Yeah. I saw that earlier. I couldn't find anything to like bring up for the show for it. Let's see. Right here is a good one.
Katie Bofi, thank you for the super chat. I'm from Australia. It was so cool to see the Russell Brand books on display on yesterday's Timcast IRL. I stand with Russell.
Shout out to Sean Frasick for
Yes, we love
pumping
Sean.
out Russell Brand and having good ideas on the show last night. I think Sean really represented and held it down.
It was a really interesting back and forth for sure.
I really like when he talks about that he thinks that we should just nuke the world and all these
You
things.
like that?
No, because he doesn't believe it. He's told me
Yeah.
face to face, like, this is the argument I would use against
He
warmongers.
just wants stricter immigration. He just wants he thinks people want to see like illegals being removed.
I think he is the troll du jour. He loves it so much. He loves Andy Kaufman. He
Well, I'll
likes
have to
riling
check
people
him
up.
for a jewel in his
Son of a
belly.
bitch, I'm onto you.
Okay. Based Jew, I'm just here to give you my money. Thank you, Based Jew.
Awesome.
Love
Thanks,
that guy.
Joe.
Yeah,
He's been following me
you
forever.
Jew.
Awesome guy.
Really?
Hey,
No, you
House of Good.
Nice.
Oops, we already read that one. Oh, let's see. Pelican Mafia, Metro Surge. It's got electrolytes.
This is good right here.
Yes, Gingercast. Rumble Rant from Bill Dozer
Kind of a sad
74. Thanks to Chrissy for the laughs. Thank you for finding all the compliments, Serge.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chrissy for the laughs. Really needed it. We had to put one of my cats down this evening.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We had Oreo for 6 years. He was a good boy.
Oreo.
My wife and kids loved him, and so did I. Rest in peace. Oh, get a new cat. Call him Chippehoy.
Nice.
Oh, sorry, Bill. Sorry about
Yeah.
your cat.
Sorry
or
about
you
your
could
cat,
just
Oreo.
get a dog
It's-
now, since dogs are better.
You could get a dog.
Now
Yeah,
it's
sorry
time
about
for
your
a
loss.
dog.
Yeah,
That's
but
sad.
cats are better though.
I agree.
Yeah.
He had a good 9 lives.
Yeah, let's I think I'm trying to find more. We're almost running dry here. There's a couple that are in here like this one.
Surge.com says, hey guys, I think Tim might not have been on tonight. What? Did you see the thumbnail though?
I was testy earlier, but it's okay. How about
Oh,
this
that
one
was
here?
you.
Yeah, that was me.
Right. Sweet IT Rumble rant. Ian somehow managed to roll a natural zero. The Ted. What is that? Oh, is that a Dungeons and Dragons reference?
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that. The Tet Offensive was a decisive victory for the U.S.
Well,
What does a
that's
natural
what they
zero
say.
mean?
They call a lot of that because they lost less troops. A natural zero means you rolled a 20-sided die and you got a 0, which is impossible because it only goes 1 through 20. So it was a joke.
So magic.
It would have
That's
been
funny.
a 1 if it were really playing D&D and you thought I critically failed. You know, the government does call these things victories because they lost less troops. But I mean, the United States got obliterated in the Vietnam War. They just got constantly, dudes got their legs blown off. It was horror for everyone involved, maybe except for dudes at base camp. Maybe the smell was the worst part of it. I hear if you listen to troops talk about the smell and the heat, it was not a victory. And yes, there were many engagements that they did lose. I looked it up after we had the conversation earlier, but the Tet Offensive is not listed as one of them because it was a large general offensive. There were many engagements within it.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
This
yeah,
one
my
here.
dad was in Vietnam. Graham, Rumble Rant. Shout out to FNT. Yes, shout out to FNT and Fat Electrician. Eugene Ballard and Sergeant Reckless are 2 of my favorite videos. The Fat Electrician also did a video on the Tet Offensive.
Yep.
He's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu and has a gym. I had no idea.
Yep.
I'm going to go out there and roll with him this year. I'm excited about it.
He must break you.
It must break. The Fawn 501st petition to name the next U.S. supercarrier the USS Lobster Fest.
Yes.
I love that.
That's so sick.
Why not name it something upbeat and fun?
Yeah, all right. I guess we can wrap it now. How do you feel about that?
I feel good about that. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah, I think it's all right.
We
Hey,
should,
but-
we should sell the
Donkey
names like we
Punch.
do stadiums and stuff.
We should.
The USS Morgan and Morgan.
Yeah. Advertising. Does anybody
not
have any
dude. I'm
final
just
final
saying.
thoughts?
Smash the like button, share the show with your friends, share the show with your mom, everyone you know. Go to timcast.com, become a member of our Discord. You can call in after the show. Go to rumble.com and become a member at Rumble so you can watch the after show, which is going to start in just a couple minutes.
The way you do that, go to timcast.com, you join the server if you haven't done that yet. And then once you're joined up and you've paid your $10 a month to join the network, on the left, there's a button that says Discord. It might even be on the screen right here. And that's going to take you to a link, which you
Ooh.
click to take you to the Discord. And that's where we're going to be.
Also
so get in there now.
important, because what you were saying earlier about joining the Discord, we played a minute of a song on the Discord, so if you were in there, you already heard it, but it's getting released tonight at midnight.
Yeah, we
So-
go live on the Discord server 6:30 p.m. every day before we go live on IRL. So get in there and get ready with Slick and Olivia. They host the show. It's super cool.
Get in there, guys. Smash the like button.
Let's just show this one really
Subscribe.
fast for Carter here as well. This is where the single is from Alex Bianca, right? Is that
yes.
one? Yeah, single is right here, guys. It's never.
Yeah. Tonight, if you go, you can go right now to buyneveragain.com and pre-save it or pre-download it on iTunes. And then tonight, I will put up a lyric video at Trash House Records YouTube.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
Is there a music video?
the best I could do.
Ooh.
Yes, it's a music video with lyrics in it.
Is
I
it
would
you,
call
like,
it a lyric.
Peering through the window in the rain or something like that?
It's her on a beach,
Oh,
just dancing around singing the song.
that sounds fun.
All right, let's do some roundouts, guys.
All right, see you guys over there.
Well, let's. I want to outro myself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You don't even know who the
God
hell I
damn
am.
it. Two nights in a row. Ian, tell
Do
the
you have
people.
any idea who I am?
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Adam,
sorry.
hey, Adam, thanks for coming. Why don't you go ahead and tell everyone where
Thank
they
you,
can find
Adam. Oh my God, thank you so
Hi,
much,
my
Adam.
name's Adam Johnson. You can find me on Twitter at LecturnLeader. You can get my book and some really fun merchandise on my website, unlicenssedfurnituremovers.com. But most importantly, go to my campaign website, voteadamjohnson.com. We're going to win this race. We need good leaders at home at a local level because all the hard work, all the good work starts in our backyards.
That's true. I'm at Ian Crossland. Follow me on the internet at Ian Crossland. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and X, primarily where I do most of my business. And go to graphene.movie. Check out the new documentary. It's the trailer. Sign up for the mailing list, and then you'll get notified when the movie's live. Graphene.movie. Carter Banks.
I'm at Carter Banks everywhere too. Also, been shooting a lot of green rooms lately. We did one the other day. They're just fun before the show stuff, and I'm like really enjoying doing them because they're like live, immersive in the seat. So a little bit of a new way to do it. But yeah, check that out on the Timcast Rumble, and also the song is coming out tonight by Alex Bianca. It's really good. I'm gonna have a lot more music for you coming soon. Phil.
I am Phil That Remains on Twix. The band is All That Remains. We are going on tour this spring. We're going out with Born of Osiris and Dead Eyes. We start April 29th in Albany. You can check out All That Remains on at allthatremainsonline.com. You can get tickets. There's still VIP available. You can check out All That Remains music at Apple Music, Amazon Music, Pandora, YouTube, Spotify, and Deezer. Don't forget, the left lane is for crime.
And not Asian drivers.
No, go fast in the left lane.
Yeah.
Don't get in the left lane.
Pass or get out of the way.
That's right.
Chrissie Mayr, you got the last word.
Yes, this was so much fun. Thank you for having me. Not once, but twice. That's what she said. Follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. I do a show every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern called Timcast. It's like a fun panel show with based ladies on it. And then every Friday night, catch me on Friday Night Tights on Nerdrotics YouTube channel, YouTube and Rumble and all that good stuff. I also do a bunch of interviews. I'm going to be interviewing, I think, Vic Mignogna soon coming up. So I interview a lot of folks who have been like canceled or misunderstood, or, just bad people, right-wingers, etc. Subscribe. All that good stuff. I do stand-up comedy, but check for dates on my website, chrissiemayr.com. I'll be booking some of those probably out into the spring because I have a soon-to-be 2-year-old. So, and he's terrible at selling merch, so I have to wait for him to just get a little better at the biz. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you over on the members channel. Bye.